Welcome to the Robertson Stash. Season 6 is brought to you by World Needs Cannabis, empowered by Puffco. We got Brandon Tice here, aka the Orchestrator. We got our co-host Vincent Gordon here.
What up?
What up, you guys? How you doing today, brother?
Doing good. Thanks for the invite, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for coming in.
Glad to be here with you as well.
This is great. So, for anybody who doesn't know, can you just give us a little background on yourself and like how you got into music?
So I perform as the orchestrator.
Okay.
How I got into music, I started playing guitar when I was 16.
Nice.
My mom gave me a guitar just for my birthday. I used to skateboard. I'm very good at skateboarding as well.
Nice.
Humble.
What's your best trick?
I used to be Flow, sponsored by Element.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, when I was like real young.
No
so
shit.
They were giving me
Shreds.
boards and everything as well.
Shreds.
But
Okay.
My favorite trick is tray flip.
Tray flip?
You know, double kick flip. I'm fire on the double kick flip.
Damn.
Big double flip. But the things that people are doing now are like crazy. You know, like impossible flips down, the rail plus, you know, the backside out, like the Jinwoo skater right now. Have you guys heard of them?
I'm not familiar.
Amazing.
But
Like,
you gotta push it forward.
12 years old or something, winning the street leagues
Really?
with like Nigel
Really?
Houston and
Wow, 12 years old.
Yeah,
Well, you're
from Japan.
You're
I'm
still
pretty sure.
bouncy at 12 though, so that's a good time to.
Yeah,
do
they got
that
the
kind of
rubber bones still.
shit.
you know, so.
Yeah, bounce back.
So you were skateboarding. Were you
and
thinking
then
about going pro?
I broke a finger.
Okay.
And then I was just really touched by Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles. So I was like, I'm going to play that song. And so I decided to pick up the guitar and told my mom to hook it up. So for my birthday when I was 16, she got me a guitar. And
It's kind of a hard instrument to learn with a broken finger.
yeah, I mean, it healed pretty quickly, honestly. I was pretty cool with it because I wasn't skating anymore and I just quit. I was like, that's it. You know, I'm not, because I saw my finger like outside, like my bone outside my hand.
Oh, you had a compound fracture.
I was like, yeah, you know, but my mom had insured me because it was like what I was going to do for a while. So she had insured me for something. So it's like I was covered and it was good. And I got like the best medical care at the time. So it healed pretty quick and it's this finger. So I'm still good.
Yeah.
And it was like, you know, I guess humbling at the time because now this is my life with the music. And, you know, just grateful to be where I am now. Blessed, you know, it's like a blessing and a curse when things like that happen. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
That's awesome, dude. So that's where it started, your first guitar.
And then I started, I was in like a high school band with like a Sublime cover band.
Nice.
So I just started, you know, jamming with friends immediately. And I was like really invested in just being like a musician. I was like, all right, if I'm not going to skateboard, like this is my next thing.
Were you doing vocals too?
I was doing vocals. I was singing, doing the whole thing.
Dope.
And yeah, so then I, you know, I've told this story a lot, so, you know, no judgment.
Judgment.
But I was in Morrison when I was 21. I moved out here to hang out, try to pursue a music career, but not really. I was doing like the Stevie Ray Vaughan thing. That's why I wear a hat like this. I was playing like blues guitar after, and I was just really touched by like, you know, Stevie, Albert King, and like all these amazing, like Freddie King, you know,
Sick.
just some amazing like blues guitars from back in the day. And
Why Morrison?
so I was
Rocks, or?
so a friend of mine was in Morrison.
Okay.
And I just moved to, so I was living at Park Hill when I first moved out here. I was working at the Michaels as a framer.
Okay.
Framing.
Dude, I did that job too. I worked at Michael's as a framer.
That's so random.
Yeah, I swear. dude.
Synchronous.
Yeah.
That's so random.
In Canada, bro. I framed for a little bit.
It was a good job. And they transferred me out here from Maryland. So I had a job when I first moved out here, and I moved to Park Hill, and I was working at the Michaels off Colorado Boulevard as well. So shout out, you know, but not really because they're corporate interest. And,
Shout out for getting you out here, bridging the gap. Whatever gets you to the next.
yeah, you know,
phase,
I
though,
appreciate
you know?
them for transferring me at the time because I
They
was
were a
doing.
stepping stone for you.
They were a stepping stone. And so I was hanging out with a friend from high school. He had moved out here and his family lived in Morrison. So I was sleeping over his house one night because I was jamming with him all the time. He had kind of like a setup like you got, drum set, music stuff, live looping things as well. And I was hanging out with him and, you know, no tripping, no anything as well because I didn't really even drink then when I was younger. I was 19 at the time. But I had this like just incredible experience, what I believe was an angelic experience that I believe I was touched by an angel, like no BS. And it told me to play saxophone and save the whales, like the orca whales. So the killer whales, which aren't technically whales, they're like crustaceans, like dolphins. But I just had this like spiritual experience and like have been having these like spiritual moments.
Wow.
So
with no psychedelics?
No psychedelics. That's why it felt real. That's why I actually, I quit drinking alcohol and I quit like all substances in that regard with like the hard drugs and everything as well. Cause I wanted to get closer to whatever it was.
Wow.
What sponsored this moment? Like what?
I don't even know. I was in his backyard and we feel like an angel came down from heaven and talked to us and he felt like it was demonic and it broke us up.
Oh, and your friend witnessed this too?
He 100% witnessed
both
this.
Felt it?
We both saw it. I mean, it was real. Like from what I believe, it was real.
Crazy.
Something was like, so I went by the Orchestrator when I first started. It was like the Orca, ORCA Strator. And then when the pandemic hit, because I was raising money for the orca whales, I was working with the foundation called the Orca Conservancy.
Nice.
So I was doing shows at like Cervantes, raising money for them when I first started. Like everything at that moment was like help the orcas through the music. And it told me to play saxophone. So I didn't even play saxophone at the time. My friend did.
Okay.
So he was a saxophone player, but he didn't want to be a saxophone player anymore. He wanted to play the drums or something.
Did he hear that message too of the...
Oh, he definitely heard the message, but
telling you to play saxophone? Or was that kind of like...
It was kind of like a collective play the saxophone.
Okay.
It was like the horns are important. Like pick up the horn. So I started with trumpet.
Oh, okay.
Because I was just like the horns. I was being drawn to the horns. Yeah, but like then I would have these experiences and it was like play the saxophone. Like that's it. And I was like, oh, this is so weird. It was just weird, and like I try to I'm never trying to like push, which I believe the closest thing it could be is like a religious experience onto people. It's just what I experienced. I do believe in Jesus and Yahweh, Yeshua, as the one true God of Elijah. The story of Elijah really resonates with me. I'm not trying to get biblical or anything, but that's just what happened.
Take it wherever you need to go. Wherever you need to go.
Educate us.
Pull the string.
Do you guys know the story of Elijah?
No, I don't really.
All right, so I'll try and be brief.
Sure.
But it's kind of resonating with the times now.
I'd love to hear it.
In the land of Israel at the time, there was northern Israel and southern Israel. There was the tribe of Judah, and then there was just northern Israel, the 10 tribes of northern Israel, which they say are the lost tribes of Israel right now. There was a man named Elijah. It's in the book of Kings, and there was as we talk about these protests with no kings, all these different things going on in the world right now. But he was just like a wilderness man, and he came down and was like, you guys are worshiping the devil. This is crazy. You can't worship the devil, because in theory, if I'm worshiping the devil, then I'm technically believing in God as well. Because if you believe that the devil is created by God, in a sense, then you're also worshiping God in a weird backwards way, right? That's just their thinking at the time. Elijah's like, no, you can only do one. It has to be the one, which he believed was Yahweh. And this is Old Testament stuff. So, this is before religions were Christian, Jewish, Muslim at that time. This is just before that. These are times before that, before they were calling anyone any sort of, thing. The northern tribe of Israel believed in something different.
What do you estimate the date would be around?
What they believe is like 1100 BC.
Okay.
This is way before.
Okay.
Way before Christ is even thought of. This is still in the, close to Genesis, but not so close. We're talking about Solomon's temple and all this stuff, which is, if they're talking relevance right now, it's kind of relevant with everything going on. But I believe in the good side of everything as well. Whatever that may be, I'm just believing in the love versus the violence that, kind of dictates sometimes biblical things. That's why I never try and push, like, take this with a grain of salt, like however you take this. But at the time of Elijah was visited by an angel and said, you guys got to go out there and praise, Yahweh. Somebody got to tell them. So he went out and he challenged them. They were worshipers of Baal. So when people are talking about Baal,
I've heard that. Is that like...
That's the devil, technically.
Okay.
They call it Malak as well. It's a horned beast.
Yeah, Bohemian Grove, man.
Yeah, Bohemian Grove sort of stuff. But like, it's a horned beast with, you know, and I've asked a lot of questions. I was raised in the Catholic Church as well, you know, but I've went to non-denominational churches as well. I was raised in an interracial family as well, so I feel like I was just pulled in two different directions. My family's from Brazil, so they practice something called candomblé, and they don't do it anymore. It's like Santeria, like Haitian voodoo. When the Yoruba tribes in Nigeria came to Brazil, they brought this religion with them. So my mom was like baptized into this church that my grandmother was a part of.
Whoa.
Pretty crazy. That's why I feel like I
grew
was
up witnessing some of these practices.
And my grandmother talking to spirits, and you know, my family like has just been raised in this religious sort of
So this angel coming down and telling you to play the horns is
it didn't feel like
it's not out of
You've been
pocket.
building up to this.
it wasn't out of pocket, but it was pretty
made for this.
ridiculous when it happened. And it's happened, and I feel like I've been in, which I feel like a lot of people are. I don't feel like super special or anything. Like I feel like a lot of people are having messages, especially these days, being involved with music. Sometimes we all feel visions, you know, as artists.
A calling.
Goosebumps
You know,
when I hear a song sometimes.
Exactly.
You know?
Like some things resonate in certain ways, and like you get pulled intuition with the divine. Like you can feel it. Things are around. Like if you believe in a guardian angel or things like that.
Bob
as well.
Marley says, "Who feels it knows it."
You know, there's a natural mystic flowing through the air. You know, sometimes I believe in that magic that is there, but it's something. I don't know what it is. But in the story of Elijah, he goes and challenges the worshipers of Balenciaga, things like that. Like that's what the conversation's been about. It's about people still worshiping Baal. Jeffrey Epstein's bank account was named Baal. This is like, you know, these are in. That's a fact. It's not a joke. That's a fact.
And these motherfuckers really live by this shit too.
And they live by it. So that's why I feel like it's relevant now more than ever. But he challenged the pastors of Baal, the worshipers of Baal. It was like the lead priests of the devil, and they went to like a challenge. He like literally went to duel them at the top of a mountain in Israel at the time. And he was like, if my God is real, he'll strike my temple. If your God is real, he'll strike your temple. But we'll see. And obviously, lo and behold, Elijah calls down the right guy. And he was like, I told y'all, like, my guy's not playing. Like, this is real. It's as real as it's going to get. But he was like a wilderness man. So this was like a guy who renounced like the Babylonian, as you could call it at the time, lifestyle. You know what I mean? Like he was just living in the woods.
Off the grid. Yeah.
He was off the grid type thing. If you were to think of somebody like that, a hermit in the woods right now, just living off the land.
And off the grid back then, you was really off the fucking grid because there was barely a fucking grid.
And so there's a queen Jezebel and the king Ahab. He challenges the king. The king loses, and he kills the king. He beheads everybody in the moment. So sometimes the Bible's always about peace and love, but you know.
And it's crazy how like her name too goes out throughout history. You know, like the Jezebel. You know what I'm saying? Like
yes.
That you know.
Yes. Jezebel is the Jezebel.
Right. The OG.
The OG Jezebel. This is OG Jezebel.
OG.
That's very funny because there's Jezebels, you know, in magic, and they call people like that because they're just, you know, XYZ. But she then says, kill Elijah. She goes and she's like, you just killed my husband. We need to kill Elijah. Everybody go kill Elijah. So Elijah goes back into the woods. He goes into the wilderness, and you know, I'm calling it woods, but it's like the desert. So he's kind of just into the desert plains. He's asking God, why have you forsaken me? Why have you punished me? You told me to tell everybody. You do what you do, and then you're going to punish me? You want me dead? That's not fair. So an angel comes and helps Elijah. They don't specify which angel, but there's an angel that comes. And this is in every book. Every religion of the Abrahamic religions believe in Elijah. That's why I also feel like the story resonates. The Muslims believe in Elijah. The Jewish religion believe in Elijah. And the Christian religion believe in Elijah. Elijah was communicating when they saw the transfiguration. The disciples of Jesus saw the transfiguration of Yeshua. He was communicating with Elijah. Elijah then goes to the top of Mount Carmel, or it might be Mount Horeb or anything, but these are mountains that are currently actual places right now. And he says, peace out, suckers. They told me they're going to come scoop me up, so I'm going to show you guys all. And in what they believe is a chariot of fire, as they describe it in the Bible,
You know what it is.
Elijah gets taken up to the heavens. Elijah's the only prophet in the Old Testament to ever be taken up alive into heaven.
Wow.
Yeah. He's the only one said to return. He said to return before the coming of the second Messiah as well. He said to come before even the coming of the anti-Messiah. And there's just talks that Elijah is going to come, but, you know, grain of salt. Okay, that's the book. I'm just letting you know what
sounds
it is.
like the very first abduction story.
Exactly. So there's this man named Eric von Daniken, and he's written that he's the guy on Ancient Aliens.
Yeah,
Chariot of the Gods. They talk about Elijah.
Okay.
Elijah is the one who was first taken up to a chariot of fire.
Wow.
And he was the one taken up alive. He's the only person in the Old Testament taken up alive. So sometimes I resonate with these stories, and, you know, I feel like that it's relevant more than ever. But to go even further, there's the King Solomon, where there's Solomon's temple. Solomon's temple was the first temple.
Okay.
Solomon in the Quran, because the Jewish and the Christian religions, they don't believe in this, and the other Abrahamic religions as well, they don't believe in this, but they believe in the Quran in this thing called genie. You know what I mean? The genies, and they would be able to be trapped within.
Like a genie, okay.
Genie, that's where jinn comes from. Like the genies were things in, you know, ancient Persia and things like that that were trapped within, and you were able to like subdue demons.
Whoa. Okay.
So Solomon was given a ring, magic ring with the 72 names of God on it, and he was able to control the jinn. So he actually used the jinn in theory, as they say in the Quran, to build the first temple. So he would trap demons in with the power of this ring to like control the demons to build these amazing.
Helped build
the first temple. You know, in theory, in the Quran, not in you know the Talmud, the Torah.
Is it a beautiful temple?
Like it was.
Oh, is it destroyed?
It was destroyed. Yes. So the Knights Templar, when they came, they're talking about the Templars.
I've heard of them, Knights Templar.
The defenders of Solomon's temple. They were looking for the Ark of the Covenant.
Wow.
And Solomon had a bunch of stuff. He had the Spear of Destiny possibly under there. And that's where Jesus was when he was stabbed on the cross. They have like this magic spear. That's still a thing. They believe they might have found the Holy Grail, but the Holy Grail could be, in theory, a bloodline as well. So they could have found the blood of Christ, like actual blood. They could have found bodies as well under the temple.
What about the Shrine of Turin? Is that
that's
wrapped in?
Yeah, that's what he was wrapped in as well. But just things like that exist. There was like the actual
holy relics,
evidence.
The holy relics, exactly. Like because the Ark of the Covenant, they say, is like the most powerful weapon in human history.
Don't they suspect where it might be being stored? And there's like guards watching it, people getting like radiation.
Someone got it.
People say that it's in Ethiopia.
People say there's 2 arks, and one of them is in Ethiopia. But I don't believe it's in Ethiopia, because I don't think they'd be doing what they do unless they had the ark. Somebody got the ark, and then they'd
say who it is.
I don't know. I can't say who it is because I can't truthfully know. You know, I don't really know, but someone got the ark.
Someone wilding out.
If we believe that the ark is real. So take that with a grain of salt, you know. But there was a brass ring that they were given to Solomon. The saxophone is made out of brass. And I believe that they were telling me to, you know, seal or trap or manipulate demonic energies with my saxophone and somehow learn certain frequencies through the sax, altissimo, those high-pitched frequencies, to eventually help do something. So I'm still, you know, I have some theories, you know, whether that's acoustic levitation with the saxophone. I've had some pretty serious experiences ever since I started playing. So I'm just trying to, that's kind of what happened, you know, with the sax. So that's why I play saxophone and I push the sax.
That's an interesting take too, with, cause what was it? Like Jericho or whatever, where he was like they were playing the instruments and they were marching around.
Yeah, with the horns. And they brought down the walls of Jericho as well.
With the frequency?
With the sound alone. They didn't.
In theory.
They didn't fire one shot.
Yeah, and they didn't fire one shot. Yeah.
I mean, I know somebody right now working on this new technology for the recycling industry, and it will break apart anything with frequency. Like it's for tires right now, because it'll break apart the rubber and the metal and just like pulverize it.
Right. That's crazy.
So, yeah, it's not out yet. It's crazy technology, but I feel like that's what they were doing
Still
back in the
classified type
day.
thing.
It's a whole different vibe went to, music as a weapon.
Yeah.
Right,
You know
exactly.
what I'm saying?
And if they can,
Hit it with music.
manipulate, mind control music, as they say. Have you guys seen they clone Tyrone
No.
on Netflix?
No, I hear
What's
that's
it called?
crazy.
They clone Tyrone.
Oh, they clone
It's got
Tyrone.
Jamie Foxx in it.
I
Yo,
think I saw that.
oh man, have you seen it?
Dante C.
It's amazing. And in that, they do some like mind control music stuff as well. And they're talking about cloning and, even
I
when.
feel like they did clone Jamie Foxx in real life, dude.
Dude,
After he had that accident.
He also thinks that. Like,
Jamie Foxx thinks he was cloned?
yeah, he's been saying some crazy
He
stuff.
came back after some accident. Like, wasn't Diddy trying to like put him out or something? And then
Something
there
happened.
was something like that.
But he
came
had
back
like
all weird and swollen, kind of.
He has been acting a little bit off. You know what I mean?
I
They've
mean,
been saying that
everybody's
like
acting
Selena
wild.
Gomez's clone. Have you heard this?
Jim Carrey gave us all a little.
Yeah, Jim Carrey is the last one.
Jim
But
Carrey just came out.
It was
yeah.
his makeup guy. It was the special effects guy that wore the mask.
Oh man, but where's Jim Carrey then?
No, it
I
wasn't
mean,
him.
yeah, it was. They said that, dude.
Dude.
They said that he's back out looking like his normal self now. That was just like that was a special effects mask.
Can I put this on the stand?
Yeah.
No, play us more. No, that's a great story about the sax, dude. That's a deep story. So it's a lot. It's about more than the music, really.
Well, it's
I feel like it's
Right.
that's why I feel like my path is just a little deeper.
Right.
That's why I'm very selective with the people I work with, the energies I work with, the kind of the path I'm on when it comes down to things like this as well. Like it's important for me to align my business and my values with things that like resonate the most. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I also am like not trying to push an agenda as well. I've got very complex views.
Yeah, you're a modern day blues brother.
And yeah, I appreciate that. And
A mission from God.
I'm just trying to, follow the path that's put in front of me and spread the word as I can, but also not trying to like force people to believe into anything as well, especially my wife even like, this isn't a dig at all to her. She's not much of a believer, which is fair. She's had some experiences that test faith, and it's hard to believe, especially with everything going on. Like she believes in the power of positivity, and I feel like that's one of the only things that you really can do at the end of the day. And she'll find her path when she's ready, if she ever does. But she's my best friend, and sometimes I feel like she understands my journey, and she's also experienced things with me. It's hard, to put to words sometimes what we experience when it's there. And like, she just knows, like, she trusts the path I'm on, and I feel like it's a righteous one, with just filled with love as best I can. You know what I mean?
That's awesome. That sounds like a great partner.
Yeah, she's amazing. She's a real estate agent, shout out,
Okay.
trying to plug her as well. Look for a house. She's the best of the best, anti-corporate interests as well. Like, we're here to take care of people.
Nice.
So,
Yeah, that's awesome. And I think that we need that more in our relationships, where we don't have to be clones of each other. We don't have to be identical, thinking like this tribalism shit that goes on. We don't have to all be thinking the same and be exactly the same in order to resonate, uplift, love, and appreciate each other.
right. Cause then how do you learn something new if somebody's like your mirrored reflection?
Right.
Right?
Well, I'll just be
Exactly.
stagnant as fuck.
Like
Lemmings.
how can you, get advice from somebody who you feel like has lived the same life as you as well? You know what I mean? It's a little tough. You can ask for advice from anybody, but sometimes it's just good to have just two different.
different perspectives.
Got to be your authentic self.
Yeah. And she's from here as well. You had mentioned that your wife is from Colorado.
Yep.
Yeah. My girl went to Bear Creek High School.
Okay.
Out here.
Yeah. My wife went to Arapahoe.
Okay.
Arapahoe
Nice.
High School.
Yeah.
Kind of in Centennial area.
Nice. Yeah. My girl's she went to U of O as well in Oregon. So I just finally went to Eugene for the first
nice.
time.
Nice. It's beautiful up there.
It is beautiful.
We moved to Eugene right after me and my wife graduated from college. We
That's
moved out to
so
Eugene. Yeah,
crazy.
and then we moved to Portland for a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, I just visited for the first time out there. I did a wedding in Saratoga, California. So I do weddings as well. So,
Killer.
if y'all, know anybody getting married, send them my way. You feel me?
Yeah. Man needs to work.
And I love weddings and I love love. So I feel, being a married man as well, I know what it takes to have a good wedding. But I also just love being around people in love. I feel like people don't celebrate love enough.
Are you DJing at weddings or?
Yep. So I bring the whole like
live
sound
sax
system. I
too?
do sax.
Oh, sick.
So I'll play sax for ceremony, reception, their cocktail
amazing.
hour and stuff. And
Yeah, that's a vibe.
Just right now, like if anyone's interested in listening, like how would people get in touch with you? Like, is it through your web or Instagram, or do you have a website?
so
that?
you can go on the orchestratormusic.com.
Okay.
Send me a form on the bottom of my website.
Sick.
But I also am very active on my Instagram, the Orchestrator Music as well.
Cool. So anyone getting married out there?
Just hit me up. No pressure.
Hit up Brandon. Yeah.
No pressure. Or I'll plug you with somebody who is cheaper because I'm kind of pricey.
Well,
Fuck you,
can't
pay
put
me.
a price on love. No, can you?
See, that's what I say. That's a good one. That's a good one as well.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so, you know,
So you were compelled to start picking up horned instruments and the sax, and then did you like start playing gigs after that, or?
So I started playing with the sax immediately. I wanted to get like comfortable with it. I wanted to feel good about having it out, even if I sucked. Because if I felt confident and sucked, then the confidence would, you know, I feel like carry me. Because I was really good at guitar. I feel like I haven't put as much energy into guitar since I've been playing saxophone.
Well, you didn't have an angel come down from heaven and tell you to
Right,
play it.
right.
Yeah. Angel was like, everybody plays guitar, but it's like, so I was like, you know, it had to be on the back burner. But I do like Brazilian bossa nova jazz.
Okay.
So bossa nova was started in Brazil. So I was born in Recife with an R, R-E-C-I-F-E. And I moved, you know, I've been back and forth Brazil, but I've been back and forth into Maryland. So my mom, she has been back and forth in Baltimore in the DMV area her whole life. Like back and forth Brazil, Baltimore. They had a house in Brazil. They had a house in Baltimore.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, they could have picked somewhere else, you know what I mean? But
In Baltimore.
Baltimore is tight, you know, for what it is, you know.
Edgar Allan Poe, baby.
But I really resonated with Bossa Nova because that's the album I was listening to before the Angel came. So it was the Getz Gilberto album. So Stan Getz, he's a saxophonist from New York City. And then João Gilberto, which is like Antonio Carlos Jobim, they were friends as well. And he was the composer of this album. It's the most well-known jazz album of all time, in my opinion.
Do you guys mind if we smoke on this episode?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm ready.
Baby.
I already know. I was just being polite, but I want all the listeners to know I'm polite too, but we already dabbed before. Anyway, sorry about that.
No, you're good. And so this, like the Brazilian bossa, so samba was in Brazil as well, and it's just an extension of samba mixed with cool jazz.
Okay.
So that's what bossa nova became. It's literally like translates to the new wave of samba, pretty much. And these guys, they won they won Grammy Album of the Year. There's only ever been 2 jazz albums to ever win Album of the Year. And it was this album in 1964 because it was like, it started a bossa nova wave of America. Frank Sinatra, all these different artists was like, you know, and there's the Girl from Ipanema that Frank Sinatra sings. That's one of the most popular versions of that song. But like he got in contact with the Brazilians and like he was all in, and like he just, like the bossa nova wave took over America. So that's what
time. Like imagine hearing that for the first time.
Oh man, that's
whatever came before.
Sometimes I feel that way. Like when I do hear it, even I'm like, man, this is like, it's just magic.
It's liberating.
You know, it's like
it's like literally liberation.
It's like hearing John Coltrane even for the first time, or like Miles Davis and stuff like that. It's like you hear the way, because even people now, like the elitist aspect of jazz, I feel like they like idolize people like Coltrane. But then they don't idolize like what they were trying to do, which is do something different.
Right. You be yourself, be authentically you.
Exactly.
Be unapologetically you.
Like these were dudes like that were struggling with sobriety and, you know, their own kind of mental health issues at the time, being segregated. And, you know, like even the Brazilians, like at the time it was the dictatorship out in Brazil. So, you know, these guys, they were making these really smooth jazz tunes that everyone was singing. And then they'd get arrested and their passports seized. Yeah, that's what I was like. I was like,
really?
That's crazy. Yeah.
For making the music?
Yeah, and they would like try and decode messages within the songs, being like, you guys are, you know, you guys are influencing, you know, pop culture to, and they were like, we're just.
It's literal free thought that they're trying to, they don't want people to be thinking freely.
Exactly.
That's the threat.
Which I feel like even
is the threat.
It's like a recurring thing with history as well. Like we're even there now. It's like this constant, like.
Yeah.
Well, the message in the current music, Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, and like just the control that I feel like
of the truth and the true oppression of love. You know,
exactly,
and the love
like
frequencies. You know,
like the girl from Ipanema is about a girl from Ipanema that he saw like beautifully on the beaches of Rio and Ipanema Beach. Like, there's no decoding messages there, but it's like because the elites would listen to these guys who were like not, I guess, in their club. It's like they thought they were trying to like infiltrate. Even right now, like sometimes people, they go too deep with messaging. It's like people will look for a message in a place where there isn't one, and like will demonize something. Really, like it's just art.
Yeah, you can pretty much like get any message to mean anything if you try hard enough. You know,
Right.
If you stretch hard enough,
make it fit.
Yeah.
Squeeze it in there.
Metaphorically.
But yeah, so Bossa Nova Jazz, Stan Getz, my favorite saxophonist. John Coltrane as well. John Coltrane, I'm not sure if you guys know. Have you heard the album Love Supreme? Classic. It's like one of the...
Probably heard it, just can't recall it.
No, I mean, it's an all-instrumental album as well. Like, they say, like, a love supreme, a love supreme, like, on most of the album, to be honest. So it's not, like, it's too lyrical, but it's...
But it's the lyrics that count, though, you know? It's powerful lyrics, you know?
And John Coltrane had a spiritual experience from God as well.
Okay.
It made him quit heroin, and he had, like, a sobering withdrawal at his home in Philly.
Strong fucking message right there.
And he got kicked out of Miles Davis band. So he used to be in the Miles Davis quartet or like quintet or some shit. And he got kicked out because he was too addicted to heroin. And like even Miles Davis, I'm not sure, but he, if you guys have known his story, but he was also a huge heroin addict. Heroin, obviously, fire back in the day. Everybody was.
It still is.
It still is, but
Still love it.
They put together some serious music on that, and
It's not the same heroin today.
it can't be.
Cut.
It can't be. You know, they definitely have dirtied it up. But
Yeah, the fentanyl's killing the vibes.
yeah, like it's a little different.
It's hard to make that kind of music on fentanyl, I would imagine.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, how the fuck they do it on dope? I mean, that shit's crazy.
It must have been different. I don't know what it could have been, but it must have been different.
Never tried heroin, but
I mean, I've had like a Percocet, like the opiates as well.
I've
Like, I
had
mean,
a
I can't
Percocet.
imagine. It's like I hated it. I hate benzos and like
I liked them.
it's fair.
I was always, eating that bottle. I've had a few pain recovery medications, but I can see why people get addicted.
That's
to it.
fair. And you know, I've never had like besides my finger, like I've never had something like serious happen. I kind of like quit being an extreme sports person at that time. So I'm lucky and blessed that I've never like had to be prescribed anything besides like my wisdom teeth kind of thing. And even then I didn't take them. So
really?
I should have
Still got them?
Let's party.
But I just haven't been a fan. It just made me zonked out. And I had a friend once, he was in a car, so I'm not trying to like tattle him, but he sideswiped somebody on the benzos. Oh. He zonked out. Have you guys seen someone zonk? Have you zonked? Like not in a car, but like
I mean, like you just get tired and go to sleep.
no, it's like he was unresponsive. Like
Motherfucker was on dope.
it's like
He was on dope.
I didn't even like to see like someone zonked. It's like I was calling his name and he wasn't like registering.
Tired as go.
Yeah, it's like
out, dude. Like
it's like he was asleep with his eyes open.
oh really?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was real strange. It's like he just was unresponsive. It was just, but driving,
Whoa.
real dark.
We were driving from Denver to Chicago one time, and my buddy, he was driving, and he fell asleep. He goes, Vince, we fell asleep. We're hitting signs on the side of the road.
Shit.
I'm like, you're driving, bro. Get back on the road. I'm not the passenger. You fell asleep, motherfucker. Yeah, I didn't fall asleep. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, that shit was classic.
That's dangerous.
No, it was crazy. That's crazy. I've heard some stories of people like flipping their car, falling asleep.
Oh yeah,
and like trenches.
Definitely. Yeah. My buddy fucking swiped the fucking truck. The truck didn't even stop, and he just kept going too. You know,
Oops.
just like
no one's got insurance.
Agreed to just keep it moving.
Sometimes it happens.
He might not even felt it, or he was sleeping too, maybe.
That's crazy.
But yeah, that shit's wild.
But yeah, with the religion thing as well, and like the saxophone as well. I quit drinking alcohol 6 years ago, so I quit at 24.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
I appreciate that.
That's big. Get that shit out the way.
I quit over 2 years ago too. Alcohol.
Congratulations. It's just not a place that I felt resonated with my.
Dolls your vibration on such a little level too.
Yeah.
Like you don't really notice it, but it's like something about it, dude.
Because it's so socially acceptable, you know. And like,
I noticed that as soon as I quit, everyone in the restaurant drinking except for me, and it's just everywhere in your face. What do you want to do? Go get a beer? Okay. It's like hard to kind of,
Especially with Coors culture out here.
Coors culture.
Because like we
We
have
get the freshest Coors Light here.
that's what they say.
Like I'm
you
looking
know what
at
I mean?
a mountain.
And there's Miller Lite, and then they have the Blue Moon.
And the whole ski vibe, like après ski, like everybody. I mean, a lot of people are drinking and skiing.
A lot of people
It's
are
like a
drinking and
thing.
skiing.
You go drink at 9 o'clock in the morning when you go skiing. I mean, that's what I used to do.
I think technically you're drinking and skiing. It's like drinking is the primary thing because you're skiing far less than you are time wise.
I used to hit a PBR before I'd ride, and
PBRs and get a little buzz, and I don't know.
just didn't resonate with me though. I felt like I was forcing it. Sometimes I felt like I was forcing to fit in a place in this music industry.
You want to be the rock star, you got to be the rock star.
Right, and sometimes
I never had much of a problem with it because you said you didn't really drink when you're 19 that much.
Exactly, and I feel like I was like always when I came, I was the party when I showed up. Like I had an energy already when I could talk and like I could carry a conversation, so I didn't need like the social.
Yes, the
aspect,
social
you know?
anxiety, the social lubrication.
I mean, that's probably why I drank a lot, just to like, kill the social anxiety.
I feel like that's for
If
everyone.
I'm going to an event or something.
Not for everyone, but I feel like that's for a lot of people, in the industry as well. I mean, even now, like I do like the taste of whatever hops are, like this 0.0 Heineken. I like how it tastes. Like I'm not, I've never been
Sometimes
like
I'll crave a beer, like something adult, like
that's what I'm saying.
Not sweet.
It
like,
tastes
not a
adult.
juice.
That's a
Yeah.
good way to put it. It just feels grown. Like the taste of it. It's like I'm looking for something bitter.
Yeah, something bitter.
But
they
like
got mocktails.
nothing
now.
messing me up.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I always like the chaos of drinking, like that, like the chaos in the mania, and that was the attract. Like my favorite thing when I was younger was waking up in the morning and having to piece together what the fuck we did the night before. Like, and I fucking loved that shit. And like, I'm not,
I feel like when I was younger, I loved that as well. Like figuring out what that night entails. Like I used to drink a whole, like I don't even know what is a handle, or not a handle, but like a, Mad Dog. Oh. Yeah, I used to take a whole one of those to the dome and then just be like, this is the best. Like, but I'd be like, 16 and like, I feel like chasing the older version. And then when I got there, I was like, yeah, this isn't too tight.
That's a good way to put it.
Like when you're young, you're like chasing being an adult and you love the party. So you chase the party, you plan the party, like party in my, I was playing guitar and I just wanted I was like super fan of Sublime, but I wasn't super fan of like Sublime's like, drug abuse or anything, but I was a fan of the party that they brought, like that lifestyle. Like Sublime was the party. So when I see things like that as well, I feel like that's what I was chasing. And then when I grew up, I came out here, I was like, oh, he overdosed. And I realized, mental health struggles and things like that. I felt like I could.
It wasn't a party. It was pain that they were masking.
Exactly. That's a really good way to put it. It was pain through the party.
All of them, dude. I mean, like, it was sad when, Chris Cornell and Scott Weiland and all of them died of drugs.
Yeah, even someone like, not even, it's the high, something like that. Because even Ken Block, right, who died a few years ago with, he was like Monster Energy, and he was like the rally car guy.
I didn't know he died.
He died out, I think in Utah or out here, and he died on a ski
hill?
What is those things called? Snowmobile?
Oh.
He was like flipping a snowmobile. He died.
Wow.
Best friends with Rob Dyrdek.
That's what happens when you flip a hewy piece of machinery.
Yeah, but he was
Sometimes you die.
He was a pro, and he was like, but it's the thing that people chase the high.
Yeah.
And also just pushing yourself. There's something about us as humans that want to find where that edge is.
Right.
How fucking close can we get to the edge?
Right.
And there's
Or how lit we can get.
That want to full send off that
Yeah,
fucking edge.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
not even trying to stop at the edge. The edge itself is not even the limit. So and there is something beautiful about that. Knowing your limits, knowing your potential. Knowing where that could take you.
I just didn't want to be forced into the high. Like, I felt like I was high enough. Like I said, like when I had that religious experience, sober, I felt like I was high enough. Like there was no higher than that. Like, I felt like that's what people chase. Like, what I felt that day telling me to play saxophone, I mean, it didn't get any higher than that, it felt like. So I was like, yo, like...
Yeah, nothing's
That's
more
crazy.
pure and
But then
a greater buzz than doing your fucking calling.
And then you get into the industry, because then I wasn't even in then. I had never even played a show at that point out here. I was like doing maybe like open mics type shit at like Brew on Broadway or something, singing like John Mayer, you know, Jason Mraz type shit. But I wasn't even in. I didn't know anything about the bass music. I didn't know anything. This was May of 2015, because I moved out here in October of 2014. So, you know, I had the experience and I was like, yo, but then I get into the industry and the darkness is within the industry, as we've all seen.
Undeniable, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was surrounded by people that I just feel like I didn't resonate with, you know. There's places in 5 Points, you know, venues out here and people that play at these venues. I'm not, you know, going to name names or anything, but just to be respectful of places that I just felt like were leading me in a path. When Ball is around, the demons and the devil, they love being around the light, right? He's a bringer of light. He's the angel of light.
Oh, yeah, shadows need light to exist.
And sometimes I felt like there was only, you know, quitting the alcohol even, it was like there's only one way to get away from this like cycle, because it's like people like myself, probably even like someone like Jimi Hendrix, who have these amazing spiritual experiences that you're like, wow, that was divine, I swear. And then you like get into whatever feeling of like, I don't even know, the industry, trying to make it a career, trying to be an artist in that point. Because then, you know, you think about art and sometimes you're thinking about the artistry versus like the spirituality versus it. Like, I need this to be sustainable. I want to do this all the time. I want to be able to do this long term. But I also don't want to, you know, like be left out. And, you know, the humanization of myself in this world, sometimes it's like you get lost, you know, your path gets, you know, adjusted and altered because of things, you know, and the demons are around, and that's the whole thing. Even Judas was around Jesus. Like, people are around you to deceive you, and they want to take that light from you. So I feel like it was important for me to step away in a certain regard. And
From the industry?
not the industry itself, just like certain aspects of the industry. Because when I had that moment, I feel like I got just distracted with the message that I was given, even because then the pandemic hit as well, and I changed my name to Orchestrator because I couldn't raise money and do shows for the Whales, so I didn't want to profit off Whales and have someone being like, you know, he's, I guess using, you know, like the manipulating the love of people for these orcas or
Profiting
something,
off these whales, or
profiting off of them, just doing something deceitful. And I just like, anytime I felt like I was getting into a place where like I wasn't giving back, I felt like I was trying to take a step back from that and like rebrand. So I did a rebrand, and then Spotify also used to call me the Orchestrator. That's why I say it was the Orchestrator. It's like I would call myself the Orchestrator, and people would be like, "Oh, that's so cute," but like then you'd be like, "Alexa, play the Orchestrator," and it'd be like, "Playing the Orchestrator." I was like, "Yeah, that's not gonna work. I don't know how to get the message across if you can't even pronounce it right." So
Yeah.
but yeah, can I hear that?
Oh, yeah.
Let me hit that.
I do obviously still love marijuana.
How could you not?
Good thing.
How could you not?
I quit it for 40 days and 40 nights during Lent
Really?
Very Noah of you.
a while ago. Lent's not over, but it was like last year. I like quit for a while I like to quit shit just to quit it.
Just to know that you can.
I quit coffee.
Just to know you can.
Damn.
I just do decaf a lot of the time. But
That's strong. I mean, it makes you stronger, dude. Makes you have some discipline.
Yeah, discipline.
I've been saying I'm going to do that on like the last 5 pods. And
what, coffee?
Caffeine?
just quit like anything
You're gonna
for
quit quitting.
quit like weed for a week or something, or maybe don't have coffees every day for a week. But yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good to just not be like a slave to addictions and
That's what
everything
I mean.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you start feeling depending on it, like,
I That's literally why I became
Raw dog
vegetarian.
it for a day?
I was like, I'm talking to one of my buddies one day, and I was like, yeah, I'm a meatitarian. I'll never stop eating meat. And the next day I was taking a shower. I was like, that's crackhead shit. I was like, let me try to quit eating meat, and I never went back. You know?
I didn't know that. I didn't know that about you.
Yeah,
so
26 years.
when I quit drinking alcohol, I quit eating meat as well.
Nice.
But I eat fish. So I eat fish meat.
Old Testament.
Yeah,
No, it's
pescatarian.
Old Testament. That's Old Testament shit.
Yeah, I just felt like if orcas eat fish, I'll eat fish. Like something
like a
dumb
whale.
like that. But yeah, I haven't eaten meat in 6 years.
Yeah, sick.
So,
Orcas probably also eat humans and all sorts of other things.
Yeah,
so there's never been a
they've been knocking
recorded
over fucking billionaires, man.
whale attack of a human in the wild.
Is that right?
That's right.
What about they're attacking the boats?
What about SeaWorld?
They're chanting
I
down
would say
Babylon.
that's a boat, but if the human fell in the water, we'd have to test that theory. Because no one's been attacked yet.
If they're willing to knock the boat over,
No, but the boat is...
they'll chew on a billionaire. You know, they're on our side.
I feel like they could tell who's who.
The vibes.
You know what I mean?
Yes, the
Like,
vibes.
I feel like they'd be able to... I don't know.
I mean, you're young, but I grew up with Free Willy, man. Like
Me too.
The,
I
the
remember
Orcas,
that.
the Orcas has always
Michael
been gang.
Jackson?
That's always been gang, dude.
I love that song.
The kid
Yes,
standing there.
Yes, bro. Yes, you know,
Free Willy was one of my favorites.
dude.
Free Willy.
That's where it was at, you know. So
I've actually
I
made
grew
a
up
giraffe riding an orca before.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love that.
with Chad Lacey. Shout out Chad.
Hell yeah,
That's so random.
a true whale man.
But yeah, so you guys, you have some weed sponsors. Big fan of.
Yeah, we got WNC, our main weed sponsor. If help yourself to any of this stuff here.
Let me try some.
Yeah, totally, dude.
I haven't.
Also WNC.
This is like the first day I've dabbed in a long time, so I really appreciate you guys.
No, man, help yourself. Yeah, if you anybody listening to, if you use code STASH25 on WNC's website, World Needs Cannabis, you get 25% off your order. Life is hard. Getting good weed shouldn't be. World Needs Cannabis makes it incredibly easy. They have a hand-selected menu, and it's shipped discreetly to your door. If you've been hankering to take a load off, this is how adults buy weed now. Go to worldneedscannabis.com, use code STASH25 for 25% off your order. I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed. This episode is brought to you by Puffco. In the past, you've needed water, bangers, torches, butane, Q-tips, alcohol, a whole damn backpack to get high. Puffco makes it easy. One device, one button, one pocket-sized setup. Glass is for the home. Keep it there where it belongs. Puffcos are for real-life adventures. Go to puffco.com, get yourself one today. And hey, you can always customize the tops too. You should probably do that.
Nice. World Needs Cannabis.
Yep.
So I started doing some independent shows, right? I was selling out venues like the Bluebird Theater.
Uh-huh.
When I started getting myself together, I've sold out
place.
Cervantes' Other Side.
Sick.
And for some reason they made me sell, just to remind everybody, I had to sell 100 extra tickets to count mine as a sold out. For some reason, I asked them. I don't know why.
They know you could, bro.
But
you had it in them.
They knew that we could do it. But
right.
most people have to do 450 to count as sold out. Mine was 550, so it was packed.
Wow.
I mean, I would call it an oversold type thing because it was crazy.
The other side kind of has like a New Orleans type of vibe to it.
I love the other side.
Other
side carries a long story.
Yeah.
Because they bought that place from Jay Bianchi back in the day, which I think is crazy. But it's just like that place has carried so much history as well. Like even Miles Davis, I'm pretty sure played at that venue back in the day. It's like the Casino
awesome.
Cabaret.
Yeah. I mean, that's historic Black Denver,
Yeah. And they got the water right there, the Deep Rock as well.
What's that?
Some water company that's based in Five Points.
Okay.
But it's just like good to see business thriving out there. You know what I mean? Like it's a good area. And
yeah, that's where my Coogee Heart mural is, right up, like a couple houses down from Cervantes there.
I'll have to go check it out. I feel like I've seen it
it's
a number of times.
5 Points Plaza right there in the park.
Okay, next to the Spang Lane.
Yeah, it's right, like literally right there. Yeah, there's a bunch of murals all in there.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I feel like I know your
love
piece.
5 Points, man. I love history. Definitely.
What is this? What'd you say it was?
What's it say on
It's
there?
Gorilla Glue?
Gorilla Glue.
Dang.
What's this? Strawberry cough. Yep, strawberry cough.
That's fire.
Jet fuel. Grape gelada.
I appreciate that. Oh, yeah. So I was doing a bunch of shows, selling out a bunch of venues with corporate, which I believe is the biggest enemy right now. I'm going to go on my corporate tirade. Can I?
Let's go,
Please.
baby. Let's go.
I think it's important.
Get your Luigi on.
So I had a vision. Told me to divest. It told me that if I could figure out a way to change the conversation from blaming our neighbors and allies and people in our lives about all this divisive stuff, we have to stick with the conversation being about BlackRock Financial, Apollo Global Management, State Street. I'm not here to name names, but it's Larry Fink.
You named a couple of important
And I know
ones.
that a lot of people are talking about Larry Fink, even, people right wing like Tucker Carlson, but even people on the left as well. This is someone in charge of $16 trillion worth of assets. This is more than most world economies. Most of them, all of them pretty much at the same time, combined in assets that this money's manager has. And these people have been up to no good for a very long time. I do believe, and this is where I'm going to get conspiratorial. So
I love it, dude.
Grain of salt. I'm going to go. I do believe that there are demons controlling people. Demons are an invisible force that are able to possess bodies. Lucifer and some very select angels are the only ones who are able to come to you in body. Body is very important. When people believe in the ascension of Yeshua, because today is the start of Passover as well. It's when the Israelites were,
It's also April Fool's Day.
It's also April Fool's Day.
For all you fools.
For all you
Damn
fools. I don't like to play anymore with everything going on.
Yeah.
Like, too many jokes
you
out
know
there.
what? That's kind of...
I ain't never going to stop joking, bro. You ain't never going to take that.
No, I'm not saying.
Can't get too crazy.
That's not what I mean. That's
Can't
not
get
what
too
I mean.
crazy
That's not what I
with it
mean.
now.
I love a laugh. I just, myself, I'm not, I feel like there's too much like, and I'm not saying this for you. It's good to have positivity because that's my wife as well. She's
preacher man. Talk to me.
But I feel like there's people that have to be serious, and then there's people that have to, omit that positivity as well. But like,
we pranked Nicole Berger on April Fool's Day right here.
Oh really?
Yeah. You remember that? Were you here for that?
I was not.
What was the prank?
But I saw
We
it.
had my assistant like smash a bunch of bottles out there and open all the locker doors and like slam it. And we were talking about Ghost Story and I'm like, okay, do it now. And then we were talking about like her dead grandpa or something. And then all this shit happened and she went out there and she's like, no shit. And she was freaking out. It was funny, dude. But it was like April Fool's.
She
But
wants
anyways,
to,
I'm
she
sorry.
wants to believe.
No, that's really good.
so cute.
Yeah.
That's really good. I'm not saying that like jokes shouldn't exist. It's just I'm a very joke oriented person as well. I just feel like there's times and I just haven't had the time to be jokey.
See, I'm the opposite. I'm like, this shit is so fucking dark, bro. I need more laughs. I can't deal with this shit.
I feel you. I feel you.
I am going to laugh my way through this shit.
And I feel like that duality has to exist.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's just like that. You need people like that to be able to make you laugh. Right. Because I feel like I don't know. Sometimes I used to like even like self-deprecate as well and like feel like I was always laughing at myself and laughing at what I was doing.
Though,
you know
what I'm saying? Like it's,
I feel that.
able to take a
humility.
hit,
But I feel like confidence is, in some ways, like I'm not, it's just a different road I'm on right now. And I would hopefully be able to get my like class clown back. You feel me? But I feel like I haven't.
you need to
Right now you're on a different mission, maybe.
I haven't been hitting many dabs though.
Yeah, get
I
some of
literally
that-
haven't
get
dabbed.
some of that weed in you.
So maybe I just need to chill a little bit.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with taking life seriously though, too, man. I mean, this shit is fucking mad serious. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so what were you saying about like Larry Fink?
All right, so Larry Fink is the person we should all be pointing the finger at.
Okay, where's
Right.
he at?
Larry,
right
we're
now?
fucking.
He's the CEO
Larry,
of
we're
BlackRock
looking at you,
Financial.
motherfucker.
Okay.
Where's he at? Most likely New York City.
In a bunker somewhere.
No, I don't think he's in a bunker because he's so protected in a way that like people don't even know who he is or what he looks like. You know what I mean?
Oh, really?
Like,
People don't know what he looks like?
Yeah, do you?
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I
saying.
don't know.
I honestly, I've known about BlackRock forever. I didn't know.
I've heard the name Larry
specifically,
Fink a
you know.
bunch,
I
but
didn't
I've
specifically know
never.
he was the one running it.
I figure he's like a white guy with gray hair.
I mean, you knew it
in
was
my-
a white guy, bro. Come on, that's like
my head.
that's a fucked up
That
joke,
makes-
right? He said he's not running jokes right now, man. Come on.
No, you're good. You're good. He's so back in the day when Jeffrey Epstein was doing a bunch of his, espionage work over here in the United States,
call it what it is,
whatever he was doing, school teaching, but it was after that. He got taken up to be a part of some financial firm with, whether it was Bear Stearns or something like that as well. He was invited to be able to manage money for Lex Wexner, who was the CEO of L Brands, which is Victoria's Secret. He just had a trial
thing.
Right? And they were asking him questions.
And this lawyer's like, shut the fuck up or I'll kill you.
Yeah, no, straight up, right? Seriously. And this is where
joking.
People call them handlers, right? There's people around all these people as well that are handlers.
The power that controls the power.
Which I feel like, and then there's tier systems. And even in, angelic beings as well, there's hierarchies there as well. You know what I mean? There's always been, that's the thing about the divine. Even with kings, they felt they were touched by God.
Delegation.
It's always been a sort of, sirs or serfs. And then there's the lords and the House of Lords, even in England right now, and the king, and he's the one who's in charge. And then they had the crowns, and the crowns are, people think and they laugh at tinfoil hats, but the crown is what they say was able to put onto somebody's head and communicate with star beings at the time.
So it's like crown chakra.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
And that's what I always imagine.
It's exactly it. That's the crown, and that's the recreation, the physical simulacra of so the simulacras are like a recreation of the original. And it's just constant. I feel like that's what we're living in right now, even with the AI and everything. It's like a constant simulacra. And all these companies, BlackRock Financial, this man Larry Fink, they own 400, the majority share. Now, that could be 10%. That could be 7%. But that's a lot for a company to own, because a lot of time
of everything on the planet,
right?
Like literally 90% of everything that exists.
Yeah, so they own 488 out of 500 majority shares on the S&P 500.
Wow.
So what? 12 companies they don't own a majority share in, which are companies like Costco and like independent companies like. Honestly, I can't even name one off the top of my head because there's so little.
But that's why supporting just mom and pop local businesses is revolutionary. It is a revolutionary act to support small business, to support your local farmer, your local,
exactly,
goat herder, whatever the fuck, sheep, whatever the fuck it is in your area.
And people have chosen convenience over going out and like having conversations with people and like developing relationships.
I think it's conditioning, intentional conditioning that especially during the COVID shit, like that was the largest consolidation of wealth in history.
100%.
So that was all very intentional, that we had to wear a mask and we couldn't have more than 3 people in these mom and pop shops, but we could have hundreds of people in Walmart and Target. It's obvious what they're doing. So it's like, if you want to be revolutionary, be revolutionary with your spending. Support the arts, support small business. I mean, we have to take back our everyday lives from these corporations, because they are abducting us from our own lives.
And they already got us. It's time. It's literally like crunch time.
Yeah, I know.
Like for them, this is like the roundup. This is like
literally rounding us.
This
up.
is like it. This is like they're on their like step 4 out of 5 type shit. Like there's only a few levels left before it's done. So like for me, in the story of Elijah, there's Kings 18:21 that resonates with me a lot. Am I a very biblical man? Not really, but there's certain things in there that resonate with me, right? And like when people I think it's important for us to know when all this stuff is going on and they're blaming religion on all these wars, just to be informed about it, especially and to pick a path that everyone believes in. All Abrahamic religions believe in Elijah. So we can all agree on Elijah, right? Like that's when I try to talk to people and resonate with people who are very religious and spiritual. You know the story of Elijah, right? We can believe in Elijah. And Elijah says, you either believe in God, Yahweh, or you believe in the devil, Baal. But you can't have both ways. And you have to choose now, not later. And I'm not saying that you guys, but you choose the truth or the lie, because there's something called Zoroastrianism as well. And it was a big religion out in Iran, in Persia at the time. The Prince of Persia in the Bible is a real figure. And there's just things trapped. And in my belief, there's things still out there that it seems like it's all for oil, but they don't care about the oil.
We were talking about this yesterday, actually, a little bit. Like I kind of believe it too. Like all the evil shit, dude. It's like their karmic what is it called? The karmic, like,
retribution.
yeah.
Yep.
And they say
They have to tell you.
Yeah. And like, they're, you know, like the way they're laughing about killing people on the news
Yeah.
and shit, like it is crazy times right now. It is crazy times. And it seems like evil is in charge. I don't know.
But that's the thing. Even Yeshua said that the devil rules this earth. He said he is the prince of the earth. I am from heaven as he is on earth. Like his earth is the devil's domain. This is their playground.
Yeah, devil's playground. Yeah.
So this is the place where they're able to. Have you guys seen The Devil's Advocate with Keanu Reeves, Al Pacino?
Yeah, Al Pacino.
I must have, yeah.
He's like a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
they're
Yeah,
lawyers, you know. And like you said, that guy who's next to Les Wexner, who's telling him,
Oh, bro, have you ever seen that one mega pastor who's like, he's flying around on private jets and some woman interviews him about calling like peasants in like a flying coach or something, like the demons in Coach.
Yeah.
And he goes, don't you ever fucking.
yeah, it's that old man.
He's got the crazy eyes.
I can't remember his name right now.
Like,
Yeah, he's got the blue eyes.
yeah,
He's an old guy.
He looks
Yeah.
like a demon, dude. Like,
He's a mega church pastor, like you
yeah,
said.
but
Yeah,
he goes demon on
I mean,
this
he probably
girl.
is a fucking demon.
Yeah,
you know,
it's
he's using the name of the Lord to
Fool.
to milk and profit himself.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, he is literally a false
And
prophet.
it's like, you know what? The real religious, like sometimes, like super religious people, they're like, they'll do bad things, I would imagine, right? And then they go to the church and they try and
atone.
make it better.
Yeah, atone.
You know?
So in Zora,
Sometimes you see like a lot, like look at all the fucking pedo shit with all the fucking shit that's at the head of the church.
right?
And Catholic, all that.
See, and think
like,
about that.
that's
Jeffrey
crazy,
Epstein's the pedo, and then the church was pedo.
Yeah.
It's all. That's the thing. Okay, if you were the devil, perfect place to infiltrate would be the church, right? Change the script. Are we actually worshiping God, or are we going to worship me and make it seem like you're worshiping God? These are amazing. These are smart beings, dude. Like, that's like, it's like, let's make them think that they're wearing red and actually be wearing blue, and make them think that blue is red. And just flip the script. Good is bad, bad is good. How's that? You can go to this place and be like, I'm sorry. And it'd be okay. And they're like lying to people. And it's like, you have to live the truth. It's not just about like, that's the thing. It's because
I think spirituality is different than religion. Like for me personally, like I believe in a
moral
God, and there's
conviction.
other things, and it's kind of connected to a lot of the stuff I hear in the Bible, but I'm not gonna, I don't know, dude. It's like, I don't feel like that institution is what I'm about, like nothing like that.
See, and that's why institutional religion is demonic, in my opinion, or whatever you could say, evil,
It's
bad,
the capitalistic aspect
capitalistic. Like these are
religion.
people but these people that like they started this, they came here since religion. Even Columbus with religion, bring in the religious aspect and things as well. And it's always been, I'm not going to go into the Columbus aspect, what happened in 1492 and 1493 in Spain and Portugal. You could do some research on what happened and why Columbus actually may have come to America under the guise of religious freedom. Under the guise, because it's not religious freedom, it's religious forcing. It's never been about freedom of religion. That I believe is a lie.
Freedom of my religion.
Exactly. It's freedom of, because they, in some ways, the people on the Mayflower, they were banished at one point from England. They were running, they were escaping certain places in Spain as well, and in Portugal as well. Because even, that's where the Brazilian settlers, they got colonized by the Portuguese. A lot of people were fleeing Europe.
Exploring. They were running.
They were running.
Okay.
And it's under the guise, because Ghislaine Maxwell's dad wrote all our history books.
Dude, I just said that on the podcast yesterday.
They're lying to us. So if we're going to tell, if that's in the book, lie. Two truths and a lie is what they said. That's the karmic retribution.
The more it's not a lie. It's like the more people believe it.
It's like the same with espionage. When you're trying to infiltrate something, you get like a patsy to be your cover, that you can kind of hide behind and catches most of the strays, while they're vouching for you,
Exactly. It's hard to have these conversations with other people as well. So I'm glad we're actually like able to kind of put this together and phrase it in a way that I hope that people will understand.
Because we can't understanding the nature of manipulation.
I mean, we're kind of checked out of the matrix a little bit as artists
Red Pill Gang.
and doing what we love and just having a different take on things, but like you can get brainwashed pretty easily, dude. Like, because they repeat the shit on the news everywhere. And you know, it's they can see what they can get away with,
and then
they see how far they can get away with a lot, and what's coming next, dude.
And they're
the
telling
invasion?
you, all your neighbors are doing this, so if you don't do this, you're a fucking freak,
right?
you know?
And they're
like,
able to
shaming you.
They're able to
Yeah.
push what's good and what's bad, and that's the thing about like the two truths and a lie. It's like because then there's morality in that,
right? And you have immoral people dictating our morality,
right? It's like you get all this bad news, and then they have to give you the puppy that just got saved out of
but then
the
Trump's
sewer.
fucking lady shoots it.
Right, but then
My bad.
but then somehow through karmic retribution of somehow she must have done something. Now her husband literally just yesterday got
I saw that.
a new thing that he was cross-dressing.
Oh yeah,
My
I
boy.
saw that.
Himself.
Yo, but how nice are those
Yo.
titties though?
I mean,
My dude is packed.
did you go through the photos?
My dude.
I saw one photo. He was packing.
Yo,
They weren't
That's
as
crazy.
big as the wood shop teacher from Oakville, Ontario, where we're from, that made headline
no,
news.
what it reminds me of is Bob from Fight Club, dude.
Oh shit!
Fucking Bob, bro.
Robert Paulson?
Yeah, Robert Paulson. Yo, my nigga's got some honkers, dude. Of course he couldn't.
Yeah, but
he
they're
couldn't
they're just like a fake prosthetic thing, right? It's
couldn't
not
have-
like surgery.
I didn't fuck him.
And
I
who
don't know.
cares?
He was wearing a bra though,
Look,
hasn't he?
whoever put
That's
that
funny.
out is like, look over here at this
Right.
bullshit.
No, 100%.
You
Like,
want
this-
Epstein
this
files?
fucking
How about
bullshit.
this
Like,
fucking
here-
weirdo?
Yeah, how about this one?
Yeah.
Found it.
And it's not weird
And
to
then
do
they
it.
had-
It's just weird to say that it's weird to do it and then do it. You know,
No, but,
like, it's like,
dude,
go ahead and fucking
The news
let your freak
media
flag fly,
outlet
yo.
is such mind toxic pollution shit.
If
dude,
he's
and none
calling
of
it fake
makes
news
sense.
as well, then why is he even talking to him?
I don't know.
Is it
dude.
fake? That's what I'm saying. It's not. It's got. That's the whole thing about propaganda as well. It's like
It is
fake.
April, it is April Fool's.
You know, it's like fake or real. Like that's the simulation. They're trying to force us into this weird like. It's mass manipulation in a way that's like mass insanity in that way. It's like they want
mass
you.
And then
gaslighting.
the movies are predictive
Mass
programming.
gaslighting
Mass
as well.
gaslighting.
Gaslighting. That's the word of the.
But sometimes there's a theory in there as well that's like they're giving us the truth through Hollywood, through that karmic
Well,
retribution thing as
they're
well.
checking our pulse, how we react to it.
Exactly,
You know what I'm saying?
like-
And
And
theaters
then we're conditioned to it when it actually does happen.
Right, with like
little
Space Odyssey 2001, Stanley Kubrick, I feel like he was on our side, and they got him with the Eyes Wide Shut thing with Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise as well, and they cut a bunch of that movie, and he died a week later before
That's
the premiere.
crazy. I didn't really know that he died after that.
He died
movie.
right after that.
And that's the movie of
And
like
that's
what
all
they
about
do,
the secret
right? Eyes
society
Wide Shut.
shit, man.
Yeah.
And they did the
that's
mass
Moloch
thing. I
and
watched
Grove,
that,
you know?
and
No.
and in that
And they did the moon landing.
right, and he did, and they say he did the moon landing, right, and now they're going back to the moon today.
I know, on April Fool's Day.
Right.
And NASA means to deceive in Hebrew.
But why
right?
would they be? Hold on, and think about this. Why would they do it April Fool's Day as well as so it's like a joke? And
But
that's
the moon
thing.
landing in 1963, whatever was April Fool's, was April 1st when they took off to the moon. April 1st.
Yo, that's crazy.
April 1st, dude. Check it out.
Weird. And
The
it's a full moon today.
It's a full moon today.
Yeah, so it's-
I know today. And then Easter, they're supposed to say the red star is supposed to go above the Sphinx, and that's the SpaceX logo.
The Space Force.
Space Force,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
then there's supposed to be a red star above the Sphinx on Sunday, Easter, and that's like gonna be something disclosure.
They're saying that these rockets and stuff is more of a ritualistic practice.
Yeah,
See,
can they get out of the firmament?
And the rocket is like the phallic symbol, and the moon is the feminine.
I believe that they're going to stop something 40 days and 40 nights. And because the end of Passover on April 9th, because that's what you're saying, it's 40 days and 40 nights of hellfire, right? But February 28th is when they launched the attack. 40 days from then, the last day of Passover.
That's the day I quit drinking.
April 9th?
February 28th.
Oh, really? Congratulations. It's a great day.
It is. It was the day the planets aligned the year after.
Oh, wow. See,
So I was like, I'm
they've
gonna
been
keep
prepping,
going.
dude. They've been prepping this for a long time.
Yeah.
But it's because there's demons trapped in the abyss. Have you guys heard of the abyss? So the angel Michael and Gabriel. Have you guys heard of the new Keanu Reeves movie with Seth Rogen, Aziz Ansari, and
I think I
Keanu?
saw. What's it called?
It's called what is it called? It's like him being an angel. It's like,
I feel like I've seen something about that,
but he plays Gabriel in this movie. But the archangel Gabriel is who I believe came down to me and my friend as well. But anyway, so there's these abyss where they trapped demons thousands of years ago, right? There's the bottomless pit, which is in like the Euphrates River through Iraq and certain areas over there towards Iran.
Really?
There's demons in Zoroastrianism. So in Zoroastrianism, have you guys heard of that?
I haven't.
So it's some ancient Persian religion as well. But in Zoroastrianism, they believe that the Hindu gods, because Hindu derived from this, they believe, so the Hindu religion believes that these Hindu gods are good. Zoroastrians believe that these same gods are bad. And that's what I'm saying. Sometimes history will flip a script, right? So they can say what's bad is good or good is bad. So they believe that all these Hindu gods are the fallen angels as well. And all these fallen angels have been here, sent in Mount Horeb, because Iran is right next to Pakistan and India, right there. All this, if we believe in, if whatever you believe in, even with the Buddha, because the thing with the Buddha, because I was wondering, how is Buddhism separate from this? Because Buddhism also derives from Hinduism.
And also
That's where it all started, right? That
you know.
tiny little area over there.
Cradle of civilization,
Right
over there in the Middle
small
East. They
region.
were
That's where
all
they were
doing
always
stuff.
fighting.
Always beefing about this. But
Have
And
you
we're going
looked
in
into Jesus living in India in like his lost years?
in his lost years, yeah. And how he was
that's just pretty cool.
studying with the monks in Tibet. Have you heard of the Jesus lost years?
I have not.
They say that the only difference between Buddhism and Christianity is the Christians don't accept the Buddhists, but the Buddhists accept the Christians.
Because there's stories of a man coming from the West at that point, coming to study, saying he was the son of the divine holy one, or at that point. Because even Jesus, like, it's just interesting. So I have...
What do you think they were doing like 15,000 years ago?
See, I feel like the story is way older.
Because like I feel like there was totally a really intelligent civilization before, you know, we got hit by that meteor, Youngest Dryas.
Have you guys had extraterrestrial? Like, have you seen some experiences?
I saw one shit with like a big kind of spinning thing with Kiva Ford, and we're like, what the fuck is that? And it was like,
Was it metallic?
it was almost like see-through, but it had the lights going around it, but it was like dark. And like we were out like star watching, and we were looking the other way, and his wife was like, yo, what's that behind you guys? And we look and we're like, what the fuck? And I was trying to film it, and it's like hard to film because it's like at
Translucent,
night.
sort of?
Yeah, it was just like you couldn't really see it, but it was translucent, and it was like a mothership or something. Like it was like, yeah, it was crazy, dude. But
Oh yeah. I mean, I've definitely, like, I'm definitely a molder in this motherfucker. You know, like I want to believe for sure. You know, I've seen things and I've heard things, and I firmly believe that there's aliens and that they live among us, and they have been. Like, in a lot of what you were kind of talking about, the demons and stuff kind of fits in with the Anunnaki. You know, in you know, that whole reptilian shit, and like, you know, so there's a lot of like overlapping.
isn't that like the earliest kind of message, the Anunnaki?
They believe that they were in charge of like ancient Babylon and
Yeah,
like the...
I don't know the timeline, but
Yeah, they're like all over
that's
some
that's
of the walls
real.
and everything.
Yeah.
I believe because they're giant beings
Okay,
as well,
giant
right?
beings.
Because the Nephilim in the Bible are giant beings. They're a hybrid between human.
Is that what Goliath was?
They think Goliath may have been a Nephilim, yeah. And David, who this is all about David, he's the one who slayed Goliath, David and Goliath. He's the one who's in charge now, or was the king of Israel. And then he had Solomon, and they were all related. Solomon comes from, and this all stems from Abraham. And where they are right now, Abraham had Abraham was visited by an angel that told him to kill his son. Okay, this is the theory with
Super chill, by the way.
Eric Von Daniken
what's
stuff
that
as well.
about, dude?
Yeah.
So
I can't imagine being
it's like
in that position.
It's taken advantage of somebody who's firm belief. Okay, so someone got tapped in. Abraham is what we'd say, right? Abraham got tapped in. Abraham was manipulated by what I believe was Lucifer, Baal, Moloch at the time. He was like, kill your son. Let's test your faith. Let's see how much this guy believes. Well, he believes so much that he almost killed Isaac, right? And that's at the point of Temple Mount. Temple Mount is what they're all fighting about. The Al-Aqsa Mosque right now. that Muhammad ascended to heaven in. That's the whole thing.
Is that where they circle?
That's the no. That's the Cabal,
where they have the black crazy rock
in
on
Mecca.
one corner.
Yeah, that's in Mecca.
That's
That's crazy. That rock is.
But that's a rock that was
alien rock. Yeah, that space.
That's
rock,
from Abraham. That's an Abrahamic rock.
crazy.
Abraham got that rock from heaven. They believe.
Copped it, huh?
And we believe. So that's in Saudi Arabia.
Is it?
Yep. That Mecca is in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, okay.
They even have the
Carlos was there.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Let me just make sure I know what you're.
It's a square building.
Yeah.
And it's like millions of people circle it, and you got to circle it. And some people, you can't, if you get up close to touch the rock, it's real special. But some people don't even make it, dude. You got to go through a sea of people all wearing the white. Everyone shaves their head bald.
The Black Stone. It's the
Black Stone at Mecca.
Yep. And it's in the Kaaba.
The Kaaba.
This big black rock you're talking about?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, and it's
on the corner. It's like on the corner.
See, in
of
the
that
Black
building.
Stone.
Yeah, what is that?
Okay.
Some space rock.
Now you see Blackstone.
Oh,
BlackRock.
Shit.
Larry
BlackRock.
fucking Fink.
BlackRock.
It all comes back to religion.
Oh my God.
It
Well,
all
it all comes back to spells.
No, because
you know, and enchantments.
It's ancient
and controlling through language.
This is ancient
controlling
magic,
the narrative,
but they're giving tribute to these things as well. Because like even with Palantir, you guys know the company Palantir, the master surveillance state. But what are the Palantirs?
The bicycle.
The orbs that are all seeing orbs from the elves in Lord of the Rings. These are big guys in lore. They love lore.
And the Looking Glass.
Legends.
They're big into that shit, dude.
They're all into it. Oracle, the one who's owned by Larry Ellison, who just bought Paramount.
Okay.
And he just bought HBO Warner as well.
UFC too.
So now he's got CBS, he's got CNN.
That's the scary thing too, the consolidation of all of the media.
Imagine them being able to change something real time on your programming. Imagine you're watching something and they actually are hyper targeting everyone through mass manipulation. So you get something different, I get something different, you get something different.
That's what
then
they've
it
been doing
becomes
for years.
mass
These
hysteria.
TVs have been watching us for. They've been listening, dude.
What do you think the algorithm is?
But now
that's exactly what.
But now it's a controlled algorithm. Someone else, because they were all doing their own thing. They all had their own different algorithm. They want one algorithm. The singularity is what they're trying to force, and the AI could be giving body to something that wasn't actually an artificial intelligence. What if you called AI an alien intelligence that we're now putting into a form? Because, like I said, the demons weren't able to embody people. They had to possess humans.
Right.
Demons in the Bible aren't able to just show up. Jinn were just out. They had to be locked in a phone. They had to be locked in a genie and a lamp. They had to be locked in a ring. They were physical, metaphysical energies.
Dude, this is crazy.
You feel me? So like the mass manipulation of the vibration of the saxophone, somehow they gave me a saxophone knowingly of the saxophone. There's a song, something, 432 frequency, something. I don't know. But it's something with the levitation of the stones. When I saw the extraterrestrial stuff, which I believe it's all one. If they can hack into the data of our system, it could be a matrix, which then would give even more light to a creator of a matrix. It could be a coup going on. People could have been banished into because why would God banish demons into on the earth with us? What if they aren't able to ascend?
What if this is the battleground though? What if this is what if we are actually the veil is thinning so much that we're actually seeing the war itself is actually coming to the surface. And it's no longer underground. It's no longer a spiritual thing. It's manifesting.
Right, because it's like because it's all becoming like there's something with prophecy like a timeline in the computer. Right? It's like they put a timeline on things. There's a script they've written. It's a prompt even, if you were to say on the AI that they put in long ago, ancient prompt, things finally coming to light, like he's saying, but it's been here before. It's kind of like a recurring thing in the Matrix. Even when Keanu Reeves, he like dies, and it's
like poetry. It rhymes.
Right, exactly. It's like it's constantly
it mirrors itself and infinitely,
and it's a constant recreation of the real. That's what the simulacra within the simulation is. Right, everything now is simulated with this AI. It's constant recreation. So now it's hard, and then the simulacra, it's hard to tell what the original was.
Oh my God, yeah.
So we could have been in a matrix long ago, but what I believe, and I'm not saying this is right or wrong, that when Jesus died, somehow it was algorithmic. There's only a certain way to be born into the matrix, which is through birth. You die, because when you die in the matrix, right? That's what Neo said. When you die and you're plugged in, you die in the matrix.
And even conception isn't part of that, because he wasn't conceived necessarily, but he was born.
But in the real world, he was born.
Right.
In some way, they were growing.
He wasn't conceived though.
They were growing children. So he was like a grown body. Remember, like the seeds, because they were harvesting. Like when Neo woke up, he woke up in a body.
Right.
And he wasn't any different in that body. Which is why they say in the Matrix, you're a recreation of yourself. And here, that's like your own mental image. We're projecting on that, because that's when like Neo's talking to Morpheus, and he's like, why do I look the same? He's like, because you are the same, because that's what you think of yourself. Why do I have hair? Remember, he was bald and he came out and he was bald. Why do I have hair? He's like, because that's what you imagine yourself to have. This is who you see yourself as.
Which kind of goes into the whole concept that life is perceived. Like, like, if you think about something hard enough, your mind can't distinguish whether it's happening or if you're thinking about it, like whether you're experiencing it or not. So it's like there's such a thin line between like Inception type shit almost.
It's deeper within the simulation.
Why do they want us so numb and dulled out with all
so we don't rebel, so we don't stand up against this shit, and they can continue to do this disgusting
easier to
shit.
control.
There could be a bet going on. When there was a story of God and Lucifer doing a bet on a human. It could have been Job. Yeah. And they were betting on him to see if he would still praise God.
Which honestly, low key is fucked up as hell.
It was messed up.
Like that shit.
I don't know the story.
That shows you that God is willing to play with us in a way that is unsettling.
It is. So the story of Job is that they killed this man's wife.
They took
God,
everything from
and
this
Lucifer.
They took everything from him.
He took everything from this man because he was a thriving man. He was blessed, as you would say at the time. A bunch of children, bunch of, he had a wife,
successful land,
sheep, a whole flock of things, and they were like, Lucifer was like, I don't even know what he got out of it. If he would win or something, like reign over heaven or something.
He wanted to be right over God. He wanted to be right.
Yeah, to like God. Show him that he, exactly.
Because that would crack the fabric. That would, if he was right and God was wrong, then that would flip the whole dynamic of their relationship and their existence.
and Jeffrey Epstein and Bill Gates did a dollar bill bet once, right? It's people like this. They did, and no one knows what they bet on, but Jeffrey Epstein got $1 from Bill Gates. And he was like, I bet this dollar, blah, blah, blah. It's, whole thing with that. But the elitist societies, they mimic things like that in the Bible, biblically. They do things like that. Even in The Devil's Advocate, that man, Al Pacino, who is the devil in disguise, he knows the scripture. He's able to manipulate people because he is able to recreate himself as an angel of light. When someone comes, that's why when I was talking to my mom about this, she said, you got to be careful on what you think you're communicating with. Because there could be things out there that are leading you in a demonic direction by portraying themselves as the light.
When even just allowing yourself to be open, anything can come in through that openness.
Yeah, when the portal's open,
right?
Wow.
Good and bad comes in. That's why I feel like you're able.
That's why boundaries are so fucking important. And like you were talking about earlier, how you had to cleanse your circle. Your community that you were vibing with. Like
people I thought were the light. I met a lot of amazing people. A very big artist headlining Red Rocks, selling out 3 nights of Red Rocks. I've met them in person, had these same conversations, and felt like they were not darkness themselves, but being manipulated by the darkness and portraying it as the light. And when it comes to the corporate interests, the Blackstone and BlackRock, there's things that control us. Live Nation is controlled by BlackRock.
That's something I actually wanted to talk to you about too, but we can, you can finish your thought.
No, I mean, it goes even into that. What are your questions on that?
Well, I mean, this is going to just kind of switch gears completely, but
no, it's okay.
I just as an independent artist, you not working with Live Nation is going to be a sacrifice,
100%.
And they control so much of the music industry. They control so much, from the small clubs, even to the larger venues, the best venues in the world. Like how can you navigate that and throttle your success by avoiding these corporate entities.
So like for me, as we all have collaborated with companies like Grassroots California, Colorado as well, independent companies that take an interest in helping to, put the underdog up. Those are people I try to work with as well. But I think we can all, apart from religion or all this stuff, I appreciate you guys having these conversations about that. But I think we can all coalesce and get around the idea that monopolization of the industry is a bad thing. And when you say it's like a sacrifice, it is in the terms of financial, but when it comes into the terms of morality, it's not. Like if I believe that what my path is deeper, then these people are so far away from what I even believe in that there's no, my time will come, whatever that is, as long as I put my belief in Yahweh. That's truly how I feel. These people in charge of the BlackRock and the Blackstone, they're on the complete other side of, they're laughing at us at the Justice Department's, debriefing, telling people how, they're going to monopolize tickets and they'll pay it, and consumers like us. I'm not sure if you saw that on the debriefing, because the Justice Department just gave them a slap on the wrist with their settlement,
something like
Ticketmaster and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So what was going to happen was that Live Nation that owns Ticketmaster, which is owned by BlackRock,
is it a
State
label
Street,
or is it's just for like the venues?
It's a monopolization. So they own the venue. They are a record,
the venue and
a booking agency.
A booking agency.
So they'll book. So Logic. People like Beyonce, Jay-Z,
really?
they have to do their shows at Live Nation venues. And then they monopolize the ticket platform, Ticketmaster. Wow. So then you have to buy their tickets. And so it's constantly, you're putting fees and constant revenue.
It's just artists in a constant chokehold,
And it's because I feel like sometimes artists don't have the motivation to like not structure it. Because the moment you start working with independent artists, I'm sure we've all seen this, like not everybody's got it together. People are goofy. But that's the thing about being unique in a small micro business. We're all going to be different, and we have to be patient with each other. And it feels like that we've been conditioned, as you guys said at times, to like have it instant gratification. I want my mac and cheese now, even if it's not good for me. I want this now. I want it to be this way, because we've been so corporatized to be in this sort of system that when things don't really go our way, we're so quick to write individuals off and go back to being like, you know what, I'll just go back to working with AG and Live Nation. And it's like, give it a second, take your time. Independence can come and thrive. The moment you start putting yourself in a position where you can win, it's not a sacrifice, it's an investment. It takes longer. Are you patient enough to wait for that breakthrough? And last year I had a show with Live Nation lined up because I was selling out. I had Afroman. You guys fuck with Afroman?
Of course.
Oh yeah, he's killing it in
defender
the news
of the
now, dude.
defender of free speech.
Yes, our man who thought he'd be the hero we all needed.
Yeah, I love that new song.
It's not
let me say
needed,
this.
but it's who we deserve.
The deputy.
I knew Afroman was the hero we needed, and I had done 5 shows with him last year in early 2024, early 2024, 2 years ago. 2 years already. Wow. And he opened for me at Summit Music Hall. That was a Live Nation event as well, and we collaborated. And I got to play Colt 45 with him on saxophone as well.
That's amazing.
And we had
with them play some of these new hits about all these cops that he's.
Yeah,
doing.
he played all that. He played Lemon Pound Cake and everything. And he had
I forgot that's been going on for
11
years.
pound cake.
And he had his crew up there from Death Row Records, actually. Daddy's V, amazing rappers that were with him as well. And they were protecting him because he knew the police were after him.
Wow.
So when I was in the green room with him, because I had talked to him about some stuff, because he tried to get they tried to cancel him back in the day for punching
that
somebody.
bitch.
Yeah.
Her and her dude was calling him the N-word, and then she ran on stage and shit, and she got
way.
exactly what she deserved.
Oh, I didn't know that's what happened.
That's exactly what happened. And
you play those cards, you're gonna get that hand every time.
And he also believes that people have been setting him up for a long time. The police didn't just raid his house for no reason. After that, he has been he was one of the most viral people back in the day. He kind of set the precedent for virality.
He's pre-viral.
Totally.
He's hand-to-hand viral.
Yeah, back in the day with like the because I Got High, and that was in a bunch of movies as well.
Just huge.
He killed it. And Universal Music Group owns that music of his.
Okay.
So he's been crushing. Yeah, that whole album that he put with Palmdale out, Because I Got High, Cold 45. Those songs are owned by Universal Music Group.
So he ain't getting nothing
on that, but he gets the leverage that he uses, and props to him for being so long, constantly touring and leveraging and being able to put out music like Lemon Pound Cake. Things happen. He's a smiling guy. Like you said, that's a man who's always joking.
Right.
He's a man that's constant positivity.
Well, like he said in that court case, life gave him lemons and he made fucking lemon pound cake.
Exactly. That's exactly it.
Like, he's allowed to turn his bad times into good times, and that's what life is all fucking about.
And when he had to be serious right then about it, he was serious, and he spit game.
Still in the American flag, so still dripping in red, white, and blue.
And he won, and it's for
all of us.
And
bro.
he gave me game, telling me, as a African American artist as well. People have been, he felt set up at that time when he had to, apologize for punching someone in the face for calling him the N-word. Like, it's messed up, you know what I mean? But he turned that, apples into apple juice, and he's been constantly grinding. Now he's a hero of free speech. But at the time when I was playing with him, people were trying to be like, oh, well, you're playing with Afroman, but then you're trying to claim against, like sexual assault against women and like violence against women. I was like, I think two things can be true, especially when someone, for one, Afroman paid his dues. Apologize.
And that wasn't even warranted.
When I was in middle school.
Yeah.
The stage is a sacred space. She trespassed on his
100%.
space.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
he was 100%
It was
justified.
taken out of context in the
N-word
clip,
aside.
dude.
I'm not here to justify violence. I don't know how. I appreciate you doing that.
I'm not either. I'm just setting the precedent. Like,
but he felt set up and he felt bad. And he explained to me that. That's why I felt confident in going with him. You know what I mean? Like he's a man that I feel like
he's got conviction.
He admits.
He's got conviction.
Exactly, conviction.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't have that. Like, because a lot of people
own up to their shit. Some people aren't. They don't hold themselves accountable. He did.
Right. You can deal with the devil, but if you don't talk about how you came back from that and found yourself afterwards, exactly, then like you can't ever
learn from it.
Actually forgive yourself or have people forgive you if you don't really mean it. You know
or
what I mean?
also forgive yourself, because if someone trespasses on you like that again, they're going to catch them hands again.
Exactly. But he knows patience now. And he's got a team around him, and he said he should have had his team then.
Yeah, he should have a security guy.
He got people on stage
that
now.
is doing that, but still, it doesn't matter. Sometimes you got to do the work yourself.
Some things, well, if you need a job done right, you know what
like
they
you
say.
really want him to do that again. You're waiting for that viral clip.
No. I mean, I would never justify hitting a woman.
And what it does is it villainizes you. And he said that
it makes it easy to villainize you.
In the media is able to jump on it, and that's what they wanted.
Someone set it out of context.
Someone set him up.
Take that shit out of context is real easy to.
Yeah, and that's all anyone saw is that short clip, not what happened before. So
exactly.
it was taken out of context from a lot of people.
Exactly. Yeah. No.
And that's all that matters with virality. You know what I mean? It takes one bad moment.
Attention span. That's all they caught. They didn't catch the other part. Oh well.
Also, very important to get the full fucking story before. You start.
But that's the thing about the
dig that up.
But that's
where do you dig that up, dude?
The first stone.
But that's the thing about fake news ABC, right? The mass media is not our friend, even if we've been promoted in the media at some points. That's why they give you the two truths and a lie. They give you the puppy dog. People like us, we're very talented people, but then there's also sort of a control aspect in there as well.
How's anybody going to tell what's real with the AI coming out? Like, did you see the Netanyahu videos?
I did see those,
with
yeah.
Like the coffee and all the weird stuff, dude. Like,
I mean, apparently he's dead.
I think he's alive, and I think I heard a theory that they do that so that when you do see AI, you don't know what to believe.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. And that's
It's
all
just conditioning.
Exactly. Controlled manipulation. The
that's what's happening.
And to say it's fake news.
Exactly.
Because we saw like 4 different clips within like 5 days, and now it's normalized. And I don't even know
Trump
what it is.
What is? I don't even know what you're talking about.
People are posting.
He was like
these
at a park or
addresses.
something.
He's like, "Oh, hello, people. I want to prove to you that I'm alive." And it's like,
yeah, because Iran claimed they killed him or something.
Glitches in it. Like his pocket goes weird. Like,
but he's not even.
And his ring disappears.
His ring comes back.
It's just little things like in AI that you try to do.
That's like super AI that they're using.
All right,
but they're intentionally making it bad.
Almost, but no, I think that's the best they got. Maybe that's the best they got, and they're just putting it out there.
It's a controlled opposition, right?
Right.
Okay, so when Tucker Carlson, I don't like that man, right? And I'm not saying that you should, but he's always he was on CNN one time, right? Which they say now CNN's left versus right. It's always been this. They're actors.
It's all the same.
Oh, it's all the same.
Everyone is an actor.
It's a play.
And it is a play. And it's, oh man, are they good at it?
It's just like the Housewives shows.
The world is a stage.
Because then he was on Fox News and he spread propaganda about the Iraq war. Now he's against it.
Jump sides.
Right? But then because he got fired, right? But then I think
it's important to be able to be like, I was wrong about that shit though too.
No, but his son works for JD Vance, the vice president.
Crazy.
He's controlled opposition.
Did you see a side-by-side face of JD Vance and Erica Kirk over top of each other?
No, I haven't seen that one.
It's almost fucking identical, dude.
Brother, sister?
Like, same person.
They say that they're going to run together. Have you heard that?
Jesus.
For like 2028.
Oh God.
There's a website right after Kirk was.
I watched that Charlie. There was a shooting at the school
we were in
here.
Austin.
There was.
At the exact same minute.
That is crazy.
Me and him were in Austin,
Yeah.
and then we're like, Charlie Kirk got shot, and then this whole town was shut down, and that was weird, bro.
Rest in peace to everybody who lost their life that day.
Yeah,
You know, just
but dude, that was some AI glitchy shit too. That whole Charlie Kirk thing. There's like some angles that were all.
But
glitchy.
he was really against this war in Iran.
Really.
He's the only one who was pushing that, and that's why they feel like certain people took him out because and they watch this as well. So I have to watch what I say. But I was very upset when people like himself, like when him got cooked because
that was crazy.
it was crazy, and I just knew that there was more to come. War follows things like this.
It's so weird that up here
it's
there
not
was
normal.
It's not normal.
This shit is not normal.
And it was a forced thing just to remind everybody what happens when you play around.
What,
right?
Like how does this up here have the same time shooting though too?
It's all timing. There's a lot of stuff that go out here. We got
and that was on
NORAD.
September 11th.
We got Space Force. We got Lockheed Martin down the street. When I saw my UFO after my first religious experience at Chatfield Lake, have you guys been to Chatfield?
Yeah.
It's off like Wadsworth and 470.
Yeah, the dog parks.
You can boat there, but you can also paddleboard.
I'm an indoor hippie. I don't know.
Yeah, be careful.
It's an off-leash dog park.
It's very nice. I used to live right over there. I used to work at that McDonald's and Little Caesars. Shout out,
Doing work.
But just to remind people, I used to hustle.
You're a survivor of corporate.
Just to remind people, I used to hustle, dude.
Poison to people.
I got
McDonald's.
I got spit on, so that's why I quit.
Do they got feeding? I don't think there's
5 in the morning
to put that much meat per burger.
See, they're saying they're eating human meat now.
They're human meat and growing the meat. And I got a steak the other day. It was like from Butcher Box, and it was weird looking, dude. Looked glued, and I canceled it.
You should quit eating meat.
So there is this.
No, nothing against anyone who eats meat, but
maybe I'll stick with fish.
There's a woman who is claiming that she was an incubator for Epstein, and that she was impregnated, had the baby. As soon as the baby was born, they took the baby somewhere and never seen it again. And then
that's off topic, kind of.
But they did that in Stranger Things.
No, it goes into the human meat though, because where's the human meat coming from?
Well, probably from all the
undocumented
groups of people. Like
babies,
what about after all these slaves, sex slaves,
right.
that they just get worked? They're like, okay.
When they keep the babies undocumented, they don't give them.
This
they're
is
not born
getting
in hospitals.
Dark, dude.
No, but
where does the meat come from?
What I wanted,
this is part of it all. It's all connected.
Where does the meat come from?
That's what I was wondering, because you add up how many millions of burgers they put on the billions.
Right, dude.
It's not like there's not enough cows on the land.
Where are all these cows?
Hey.
I've been across the country. I've driven across the country a number of times, dude. There's less meat in America than ever. Now we're getting our meat from Argentina and Brazil. Where's the meat?
I mean, we have been for a long time. That's why they're
they quietly passed something that they can sell. Like when some bad shit went down, they quietly passed that they can do that grown meat now, lab meat.
That's why Arby's says we have the meats.
Yeah,
because Arby's is the only one who has the meats.
Yeah,
maybe I've never eaten at Arby's. Actually.
I mean, just what we put into our bodies now is so important too, dude. Because everything is tainted.
Yeah, we're being manipulated on every level.
Every level.
So it's like
even though they changed the frequency of the radios back in the day, so they're like what they broadcast now, right? It's not the. Is that correct? I think in the 40s or something, they were like
they changed the tuning.
Shit was broadcasted at like 442 or something.
Yeah, 432.
432.
Yeah, and the standard.
And then now it's
440.
That's something different. It's like, and even like they had blue screens, right? And now they had red screens before, and then they were like, oh, blue kind of fucks you up more. And so now like all the screens are like blue light.
It's the eye thing, dude. Even with this, like this is a black mirror in itself. That's like, I feel like we went way deep. It all ties back though. Okay.
No,
Look,
this is good.
Jeffrey Epstein used to
where we
work
need to
for the
be.
people that own BlackRock and Blackstone. Blackstone and BlackRock used to be the same consolidation.
Is Palm Beach Pete related to this?
I don't know. He could be, because there's a man named Peter Peterson. Okay. He runs Blackstone and was the founder of Blackstone. Him and Larry Fink used to beef, and they had some beef back in the 80s. Larry Fink was in contact with Jeffrey Epstein through all the emails.
Wow.
Gmail, if you have seen it, there's like a whole Google doc of Jeffrey Epstein's like Gmail through this Jmail thing that's like really just, there's so much stuff to search through there. But I've done my, due diligence trying to go through looking for signs of angels and signs of the devil and signs of, child sacrifice as well. And I'm very anti-pedophile, which we all should be, but a lot of people aren't. And it's very...
It sucks. It sucks that that's a hard
Who's
stance
not?
these days. Most of our government.
Larry Fink.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of the guys.
No, I know. Yeah. I guess the elite up there.
The elite, they're eating children.
And
if
then
that's
regular people
It
too.
really
Like,
is an
you see it everywhere.
entitlement, dude. They feel entitled to us. It's the slavery complex, dude. It literally is. They feel like they're entitled to our bodies, our souls, our minds. They feel like they own us.
It's dark. And okay, and this is the thing. I didn't get too to it, right? But in the Matrix, when Jesus died, now that I feel like I have my thoughts together, there was some algorithm that happened. That was through the death, through the resurrection, whatever happened, right? Algorithmic, whatever happens in that. We were talking about birth through being able to be birthed, or, through the Matrix being grown, lab grown or something as well. But through the resurrection, there's the ascension. A lot of people don't believe in the ascension of Christ through body, only through spirit. And they think that in the Christian religion, we're entitled to salvation because of the death of Christ, so that when we die, we get to go to heaven. I don't believe that. And this is where you guys take what I have to say with a grain of salt, because I'm also insane, right? When you die, I believe that through the algorithmic death of Jesus, who, if you're in a video game, okay, the birth of the respawn, okay, let's think about it like a game. If it is a Matrix, the respawn, you get to come back, right? Sometimes you lose all your items, though. That's death. You come back, you lose your items, have to start over. Some people get to remember. Memory, in some ways, would be just as good as having everything you've ever had, because then you get to start over as a child again, but you get to remember your past life. So you get to remember all your past mistakes. You get to remember who you were with. Maybe even go look for somebody if you can get to that age.
That kid who remembered his life as a fighter pilot. I don't know if you have your.
I have, yeah. That's and there's a lot of people. There's people have remembered their past lives. Some lady remembered herself as like an Egyptian priestess.
Yeah, and I've heard of people asking, you're asked that question when you're given the life. Do you want to remember or do you not? And some people say no because
Hotel California, baby.
Too. Like,
yeah.
Some come to remember, some come to
but
forget.
this is all interesting. So go on.
So through the death of Jesus, I believe that you were given the chance to respawn with a wiped memory, but just the chance to start over. New life over. The reincarnation. That's why some of the Hindus, they believe in the reincarnation. But the reincarnation, you're constantly reincarnating until ascension. Ascension is different. Ascension through body. That's the thing with Elijah. Elijah ascended alive. There's the ascension through death, the spiritual ascension.
Jesus did too.
And Jesus,
after the resurrection.
They say he was resurrected and then ascended alive in body, his full body, not the spirit. They didn't see some translucent ghost. The Holy Ghost came and they ascended. Now the Holy Trinity would be the ghost in the machine. Jesus is then now uploaded as God in the game. Now, when you're playing a game, and what you were saying, sometimes it's hard to realistically put reality and separate reality, even with VR sometimes. I saw you had a VR headset out there. I've messed around. Sometimes hard to really realize what's real and not real, right? So when you're playing a game, say someone with World of Warcraft, that's their life. They believe they are the elf or the orc or all these different, the wizard.
Role playing.
role playing, but they believe it so much so that they believe that life. Are they and they create life and they meet friends and they actually exist through the game. So aren't you still that person when you play the game? You are still the character, right? If I'm Brandon playing the game and I'm acting as Brandon as Pikachu in Super Smash, I'm still Brandon controlling Pikachu. So you would call Pikachu Brandon if you saw me in my username, right?
I mean, even when we're in the chat, sometimes we'll call each other our real names.
Right.
Sometimes we'll
What up, B?
Screen names, you know?
Right. Now, who are you going to use now? Kirby? Am I any less Brandon when I use Kirby than Pikachu? So when you're uploaded into the Sims game and you're Link in Breath of the Wild, you're Link. And you're Brandon as Link, but you are Link. Link takes off on the life as you. Now, when God wanted to recreate a human and had to come into the Matrix, there's only one way to do it, through birth. Algorithmic. You have to be born, whether that's grown or born, which is why there's some sort of singularity happening where the demonic stuff is able to recreate the technologies of the divine. They are able to do it. What I believe when I saw my UFO is that there's a team of angelic beings that are at the truth, things that have ascended and are able to come in and they're able to manipulate time, and they're like Neo, and they've gotten out of the Matrix, but they come back in, because even in the Matrix, Neo goes back in the Matrix all the time. He just is able to plug in and unplug.
Once you're aware of it, you can jump in and jump out.
Exactly, but they have to get you. When Elijah was in the forest, they couldn't just come get Elijah in the forest. They had to show everybody in front of them on top of the mountain that we got him, so that everybody knows. Elijah was the first person in the Bible to resurrect somebody. These are all things that are constant simulacra and simulation. It's constant recreation. Like you said, if it rhymes, it's constantly rhyming. The same things are happening. So
that's a George Lucas quote, by the way.
Oh, really? Well,
yeah.
Shout out to the man.
It's like poetry and rhymes. Yeah.
So when you get yourself into that sort of system and the pattern, you start to be like, wow, it's kind of the same story over and over again. But there's one difference. Jesus. Everything at the Abrahamic religions changed right then. Because the Muslims believe he doesn't die. Which, if you believe in what I believe, the body of Christ, he didn't die. He was resurrected. There was no death. He wasn't here. He was the avatar. He was an avatar of God. He was God. You have to believe in the avatar. Even in Hindu mythology, Vishnu was the eighth reincarnation or Krishna was the eighth reincarnation of Vishnu. And he didn't believe that he was Vishnu at first. People had to convince him. He had to start seeing signs. You had to start doing things. Things started to appear to him. So,
wow.
You know what I'm saying?
So
anyways, that's just a trip. I appreciate you guys listening.
I love it. I love it. It does kind of take away from the sacrifice aspect of it, though. You know, because if it isn't truly his son, and it isn't like it's just an avatar, then it's not a true sacrifice. And the whole point of the crucifixion was the greatest sacrifice.
And I think that has to happen. And he felt that we call it a sacrifice because he could have stayed in the Matrix as well to help. But there was something happening metaphysically that we were all going to be forsaken. So he had to get out and have the belief go on. I will return somehow, maybe through another resurrection through the actual body, but maybe something happened when he came into the Matrix. The ultimate sacrifice is he could be in some limbo. You know, God could be disconnected from, that's why there is the it's taken so long, or it could be some relative time. You know, if they are able to ascend, then time is different out there than it is in the Matrix as well, whether it's planets or, E equals mc squared. That's the whole thing about the relative time.
Man. Yeah.
So it's like, when it's relative to the time, even with Elijah says he'll be back as well. People could be out there doing something else in their real world.
They're on a side quest.
In heaven as well, right? There's a thing. So I do believe the sacrifice exists in the fact that the algorithm, he had to die. And there's a script to be played when you know the code. I have to do this. It is a sacrifice, but it may be that he didn't know, because that's the Holy Spirit as well. When he was like blessed through the transfiguration of the Holy Spirit, something came within him to like join God with the body and the mind in that aspect, and the spirit, the Holy Trinity in that aspect. Something happened algorithmically. And I'm not saying someone's right or wrong, but I do believe there was an ultimate sacrifice that we believe had to happen for us to be able to have recurring lives, so you could get as many people out as possible, right? Morpheus has to be able to come back in to get people out. I can't get everyone out. I need more people out. It seems I'm not going to be able to get my job done now, but I'm going to lay the foundation for when I come back, hopefully if everything's in place. But that's the faith. He had faith in people that we'd be able to, ascend eventually as well. And then there's theories that Jesus was also, an ancient Egyptian prince as well. And that's why our whole, kind of mythology with the pyramid on the back of the dollar bill and the monoliths in DC and all over the country are, represented by Egypt and the gods as well. But
even at the Catholic place, where they call the
Vatican.
Yeah, the Vatican.
Yeah. They have the kind of ancient cathedral thing with
they got obelisk. They got the pine cones.
What are they going to
there.
find? They just found the second Sphinx underneath the other one, like the LiDAR, same size, didn't they? Do you hear that? They're doing that. They're going to start X-raying more, I guess. Now
I believe that and that's the thing about Israel trying to take Egypt as well.
Are they?
There's something that happens.
History.
Yeah,
There's history there.
that seems where
They have to take
Ground
the
Zero
pyramids.
might have been, dude. Like
Yeah.
with those towers that go a kilometer underneath to some cavern with a black.
There's things that we don't understand, and there's the abysses. That's what I'm saying. There's these demons trapped in these abysses.
You know what that reminds me of is the Ghostbusters
What if they
thing.
let it out?
Where they catch all the ghosts and then they put them all in the vault.
Yes,
No, the little thing.
that
They
could
suck
be
'em in.
Hollywood telling us that things like that exist as well.
Dan Aykroyd is all about the occult. Dude.
Yes.
His dad was into it as well, so he's like
Really?
the second generation. Yeah, so he's like, his genuine curiosity is what led to Ghostbusters.
Trippy.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. See,
Yeah.
I feel like it's all deeper than we know, and some people, like even Steven Spielberg. You guys know he has that new movie coming out called
Disclosure.
What are they gonna? If something's gonna come from the sky, we got all this work going on. Now we got Disclosure Day, the movie. Well, after Independence Day,
And then we got Doomsday later on
right?
this year.
Right, and then we have Greenland too.
Oh yeah, I know.
Which is all about the vaults, right?
Yes.
'Cause we got Fallout.
And then we got
the whole
Fallout.
Well, yeah,
series.
meteors, dude. Like they had the big flybys too, like
Greenland
Three Eye
shit's
Atlas
crazy.
too. Like
Three Eye Atlas could be coming.
It could be the fucking Ark, right?
Something could be out there.
I
and
know. Do you think they would tell us?
I feel like they did tell us. That's what I'm saying. It's two truths and a lie.
Yeah.
They tell. So Trump says I'm gonna declassify UFOs, and then I'm gonna go to war, and it's a religious war. Interesting.
And he's trying to fulfill a bunch of biblical prophecies.
And they call him Cyrus the Great. Have you guys heard of this? In Israel, they call Trump Cyrus the Great.
Wow.
So Cyrus the Great is the one who got the vision from Daniel about building the second temple, and that's the temple that Jesus was in when he overturned the tables.
Right. Right.
So Cyrus the Great was the one who gave precedent to let the Israelites build the second temple. Wow. The first temple was destroyed. Solomon's temple was destroyed.
Okay.
Then they needed to rebuild a second temple. So they wanted to rebuild the second temple. The Israelites were exiled. That's why this is all, even today is the Passover, is the exile of the Israelis through the desert and coming back into the Holy Land and all this stuff as well.
Yeah.
So I appreciate us talking about this because
it's very interesting, dude. Yes, and it's not honestly not an avenue we go down on the pod very often.
learning stuff.
I need you guys to
It's
see.
super interesting.
I need people to see how they call him this and have signs all over the Middle Eastern town of Jerusalem of Trump being Cyrus the Great. Look, Cyrus the Great is alive.
Crazy.
Okay, so Cyrus the Great is the one who gave precedent to build the second temple. People like Tucker Carlson, this dude Joe Kent that just quit the counterterrorism group,
Dude,
with the government.
How crazy is that? And then the next day they started an investigation on him.
It's crazy. They're trying to build this thing called the Third Temple. Third Temple is where they think that the Messiah will come back. Okay, but it has to be built before.
But isn't it the Antichrist that comes first?
That's the theory. And that's what I believe they want. I believe that they believe now that they can actually challenge the divine. And that's the thing about.
That's why he thinks he can manifest these things and bring these prophecies to fruition.
And that's what
his narcissism has no end.
And that's what's funny.
What about this book from like 1800s about Donald Trump, like
the time traveler.
See, and that's why people got to watch out for his case.
Trump,
yeah. But his mentor in that book is Don.
Oh yeah.
So it's some man named Don's given him the knowledge and the tools to time travel through this world that the future is Baron Trump, and his name is literally Baron Trump in the book.
I mean, if you were a time traveler and you had all the wisdom and you could do whatever you wanted, you'd probably be a spoiled little rich bitch.
Yeah, but I don't know about Baron. Because he is also an immigrant.
I wasn't talking about him. I don't know nothing about him.
No, I know. He seems like the least spoiled out of all of them.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, totally.
Because he's the only immigrant, really.
But like father, like son, though, too.
Yeah, but his mom is.
Luckily, he's probably not raising him.
I feel like he's a mama's boy because no one ever sees him. He's not really there. He's sometimes there.
Raised from Melania.
Yeah, and she's the one who took him to school and did all the stuff when he was younger. And like, she's Slovakian and Slovenian. I don't even know. Slovenian. And she, I apologize if I didn't get that right, but she is the one who, she's the one who's the immigrant. She's the one who had to, so he's technically dual citizen of two countries himself. You know what I'm saying? So it's just an interesting perspective to be put in.
I'm pretty sure he's probably a citizen of Israel too at this point.
Yeah, and supposedly...
Did you hear in the one interview they said that he's our first Jewish president?
Yeah, that dude Mark Levin.
It's crazy.
It is crazy. So if he's...
wild work.
Yeah, I thought he talks about Jesus all the time. Doesn't Trump?
He talks about Jesus like every now and then, but he's not one to praise Jesus.
Okay.
I don't believe he actually believes in Yeshua as the Messiah.
Yeah. If you respect the word, it comes out in your actions. I believe living like Christ is the more important thing. Calling yourself a Christian, whatever. Call yourself whatever the fuck you want. I'll call myself a fucking dog.
Yeah, I don't even... Sometimes I don't know what to call myself because the Jewish people believe in Yahweh. It's not like the Christians don't believe in Yahweh. They do technically, but... Sometimes I wouldn't align myself with any religion. That's just the.
I don't think that's the important part.
Yeah,
of it,
exactly.
I don't think that's the moral of the story.
It's not meant to do that.
I think how you live and how you leave people feeling is the more important thing. And hug a whore. Wash some feet. Be humble.
No, 100%. Exactly. And like detach from the reality that is the Matrix, because the Buddha, and that's where I try to. There's a area up here. I'm not sure if you've been. It's the Sky Dharma Buddhist.
I walked up there one time. I walked up to and the
that big ass laying Buddha right there.
Yeah, and they're laying there in the ground.
Right?
It's like she's in there.
Did you have any experiences over there?
Bro, I almost died going up because I forgot my inhaler too, and it was like just the sharpness of the air and just the step. I don't know.
Did you zen out though? You felt all right after?
I felt
couldn't
good.
breathe.
I couldn't breathe.
I know, but like you got it right.
But yeah, it was cool to go up there, but I didn't really appreciate it. I don't think as much as I probably could have. Why? What about that place?
Check it back out if you guys get a chance. They're doing some
Mother Cabrini, right? Or Shabrini?
No. That's the Cabrina shrine.
Oh, okay.
This is like a Buddhist shrine. It's like a giant laying Buddha
on Instagram. Yeah. No, there's the big Buddha sculpture.
Yeah, there's a big actual Ahura Mazda, and then there's like
it's in Morrison, right?
It's in Morrison. Yeah, it's next to Mount Lindo.
Okay,
it's like right there. If you're about to go on Parmalee Gulch, right there.
I'm gonna take my family there. It looks like a nice little afternoon.
So no children.
Oh, what?
Technically up there. They even have signs. They want you zen. It's like a big zen area. So we as
that's my kind of zen. No fucking kids.
We as outsiders aren't allowed to go into the temple. But you're allowed to go up to see the Buddhas.
So you go there and you okay. I'm gonna go do that.
In Zen Buddhism and in the Buddhist religion, Buddha leaves his house at 29. Okay, I've had some wild thoughts about Buddha. I'm not about to leave my family or anything but he had a newborn child and he left his wife to go ascend and get enlightenment as well. When he did, there's this things called the 9 jhanas, okay, when you're meditating. And I went up there because I just needed some spiritual guidance. So I went up there and I prayed. And sometimes just being next to the Buddha made me feel just zen. I was just like, I'm going to go check out this Buddhist temple. Talk to the owner. I was like, where's the owner? And they're like, he'll be right back, but anyone can go up to the Buddha. Just go up there. We're doing some construction on the temple. You're not allowed to go in the temple. but you're allowed to go up to see the Buddha. So I was like, all right, bet, it's a beautiful day. I go sit and I take my shoes off and I turn my phone off and I start doing the breathing. I do some like crazy fast breathing up there. And I didn't know what was going on, but like I started feeling like super emotional. And at one point it felt like I was about to start levitating type, but I was feeling like a buzzing in my body. I didn't know what it was, but I was like, I'll look it up later, whatever that is. I know I'm feeling something, but it's like when your foot's getting numb and then you have like needles in your foot. It felt that like through my whole body, but it was like a good sensation, not like I'm numb, but like a, sharp,
Comfortably
numb, sort of sharp. Like, yeah, I can imagine that's the feeling you'd get if you were like doing heroin or something.
Yeah, that's what it was about.
And I got out of it, like I zipped out of it and I was like, oh man, that was crazy. But when I looked it up, it's like these meditation cycles that the Buddha went through. And when he was getting enlightenment under the Bodhi tree, there was these beings that he believed were trying to lead him astray called the Mara. Mara were actual physical beings. And like I said, in Hinduism, they're like the gods. And Buddha believed that the gods, even in all religions, and this is why I feel like Vince said, sometimes it is just to be. Because if Jesus went out and studied with the Buddha and Buddhism and the Buddhas out there, because you have to, whatever. There's something about meditation, about feeling enlightenment, about coming back. So when you breathe, there's 9 phases of the breath that you're able to go in meditation. One of them's like just super zen. The other one is what I felt. I went to the second jhana, which is like a buzzing sensation around your whole body. That's like electricity. Like you're feeling it.
Something like that happened to me too one time from breathing when I was getting a massage and I was breathing so heavily in and out, and then this ball of energy felt like it started here.
Yeah.
All through and I had to get it out and it went through my fingertips and it was like this electric feeling.
Yeah.
I had buckets of
like
sweat.
the Alex Gray painting.
Yeah. Buckets of sweat came from me. I needed like 10 minutes, like 20 minutes to just like get back to like something. It was so crazy. It was
Get
like
back to reality.
Yeah, from breathing, and
Time-traveling.
it was crazy.
So you've hit it.
I guess so,
I didn't know
dude.
what it was. It's called a jhana. You should look them up. There's 9 of them. But when you get to the 9th one, it can look like you're dead. You're like breathing so slowly that it looks like to somebody, if they were to come up to you, you'd be like out. You're out of body experience. It's like you're then in the spiritual, metaphysical, and that's what Buddha went through. And then when you come back, there's like 3 more phases, and then you're like enlightened. Wow. But you got to like be out for days.
That's probably why those suicide monks do it like that. They stop eating food and
they freeze on the hill, and
they go sit. They like sit in a cave or some shit.
Yeah.
and they ring a bell every day to let the homies know that they're still alive.
Yeah.
They're fasting, and then they start when they're like 10 or 12 days into it, they start drinking this.
That's when they're ready to pass.
Preservative.
They start getting
and it mummifies them. And
from the inside out.
And if you get
crazy,
mummified, then you've
They
actually
just
reached.
sit there and meditate,
Whoa.
and they're just breathing
That's
super
insane.
slow and shit.
There's only
Just
been like 13 monks that have actually like successfully done it.
successfully,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the ultimate enlightenment.
It's like that's like the
Have you
passover
seen
into
the
the
vibrational
nirvana.
chart, like out of 1,000, and the 1,000's like enlightenment, and all like from 0 to 200 are like anger,
Like hurts.
jealousy,
Yeah.
or like greed. I don't know what they are, but fear, and then once you get above 500, start getting some other better feelings, and then you get to the top ones. But just seeing that chart, dude, kind of helped me.
Helps you
say,
prioritize.
why am I mad about this?
Right.
Like, what am I even mad about?
Yeah.
Or like, what's the deal? Like,
I feel like the magic's all around us. And I feel like it's there. And the energy, Nikola Tesla even saying it's all around us in the free space. And there's things there. And I feel like it's about how you push your vibration in certain ways, but like, you just got to know it exists as well. Sometimes being like exposed to a certain situation, then you can actually be like, I'm not trying to push
when you
people.
learn something, you've been enlightened, right? Do you say
Raises
that's
your
enlightening?
awareness.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's
So,
exactly
Like,
it.
when to spread this knowledge is good. It's enlightening other people. Like, this is great, man.
No, I appreciate you guys taking time to chat. I'd love to just kind of go into my anti-corporate thing as well with the events I've been doing.
Let's go.
So we were doing a lot of good, amazing stuff with AEG Live Nation as well. I sold out Bluebird Theater, sold out Globe Hall, but it's very monopolized as well. It's like you can't get ahead to Red Rocks. Everybody's always about Red Rocks. That's a sacrifice I feel like you say I made, because I feel like I could have been playing at Red Rocks way long ago. But when I don't align with certain
Was
missions,
it the first show there, like a witches kind of?
no, I think it was an
ceremony?
orchestra. It was like a
Vince.
It's like an orchestra.
No, they used to have like church service there.
Yeah, they still have church. They're gonna have an Easter service over there on the 5th as well on Sunday morning. But
I heard the first.
they do magic over there, dude. That's
magic.
There's rituals. I mean, that's church for all of us. I feel like, and some people are performing occultist stuff as well.
I did see a UFO go by one night over there when it was Prophets of Rage, and it was
trippy.
So everyone, and it's like it was at a time where like Prophets of Rage, like Rage and Cypress Hill, and some orange thing flew over, dude. Me and this random guy were like, "Did you see that?" He's like, "Yeah," and we like both
felt the energy.
Felt the energy. Yeah, it was a lot of energy there.
There's a lot of energy, and the mass manipulative aspect of the corporate interests are seizing on that energy. They're feasting on us.
Is these the owners of Red
know
Rocks?
it's important.
No, there's no owners of Red Rock. City of Denver, but it's the contracts they have with AEG.
Okay.
Not national park. It's
Yeah, I think it's a state park.
State park, yes.
But it's owned and operated by the City of Denver and Denver Arts and Venues, which I was just presented a grant from Denver Arts and Venues.
Wow.
To bring more jazz to the city of Denver. So we've been doing free events at the only black-owned bookstore in the entire Mountain Standard Time Zone. It's called the Shop at Matter.
Cool.
Open to all ages. Bring the kiddos if you want. Tell the kids as well.
Shop at Matter.
The Shop at Matter, and they do a bunch of free printing presses as well. So they'll like do old school print presses, like old school newspapers, old school like silk screening as well.
Oh yeah.
And we've been doing a free jazz event over there. Because the moment I started divesting from the corporate interests, I started just doing a bunch of free things. I started being like live improvisation from the divine. Like the closest I could get to God is like free thought, right? Even right now, spitting off the top, like being able to have conversation like this is what the AI wants to simulate. It wants this. It wants us to be able to play the saxophone and just play whatever you want. And the improvisation of John Coltrane and Miles Davis, that is what they want. The live
and human connection.
Feel.
That's
exactly.
That's what this is.
But it's like and that's what it is, I guess, to recreate human connection is like live improvisation. It's like being able to, have your own thoughts and like your own
choice.
Right. Choice. Yeah. And I feel like it doesn't have choice. And that's the thing about demonic creatures as well. They were envious of humans because we have free will. So they didn't have free will. They felt like they were in a structuredized sort of,
but they did have
hierarchy.
That's why they were able to go rogue.
One of them went rogue, but I don't believe he has free will, which is why he has to manipulate humans. He has to convince you to have free will. He has to convince you to do the bad. You decide on your own. It's not Lucifer technically. All he does is manipulate you with, temptation, exactly.
Options.
But it's not like he's doing it, you do it. That's what the thing about humans doing it. They have to use humans. They can't do it. That's why they couldn't just, Job had to make the decisions for himself. They couldn't just force the decisions on Job, even if they were trying to force his environment. You can't force someone to believe what you believe, right? You can't force someone to give up on their faith. That's up for them. That's the free will.
Show them reasons and motivate them to
to
be like you.
You can give them temptation. You can give them stuff, even with like the marijuana. Sometimes I feel like it may be hindering sometimes to people's spirituality as well because they can't dream. And I think that dreams are just like with Daniel. Even he had a dream in Revelation that he gave to Cyrus the Great, and that's what started the whole thing.
Does marijuana prevent dreams?
It does. It's like,
but why wait till you're asleep in the dream though?
What do you mean? You just hit me with some.
You could hit some REM.
No. Just like
during the day?
like my dreams are still the same.
No, in the manifest.
Like,
but I think sometimes being able to connect. That's all I'm saying. It's like
dream is just rant. Like, dude, what is a dream? It's not. It does. Like
I feel like when I'm painting, I dream though. Like
I feel like I smoke a lot of weed and I still dream. I remember some weird like little things from my dreams sometimes, like in the morning. Like I'll have a dream.
You should get a dream notebook because I have one and I do when I try to remember because I believe that they're able, the dreams are, okay, in Inception, and that's why I feel like it's like a bunch of movies mixed. It's Matrix mixed with the Inception. Imagine going deeper into the Matrix. Imagine in the Matrix putting on the VR headset and then putting on another one. Which reality are you really in? Even if we got out of this one, would we be out of the real reality? Would we be in the final form type thing? Or are we still just stuck in an endless loop? Which is why in certain places like the Buddha, he was like, you have to let go.
Yeah, it's control. That's why the true freedom is control of your emotions.
Exactly.
And controlling your reaction.
People were so jealous of the Buddha back in the day.
Reaction.
Yeah.
It's hard to do that.
That's
what
some
the
good
patience,
advice, dude. To control, and that is good advice. Like, but you catch yourself in the moment, and you got to do things like meditate to just get yourself out of it, dude.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's tough.
Easier said than done, and that's the thing about
usually in the moment.
That's why meditation is a practice, because it's to practice for that moment.
Yeah, right.
Because meditating is supposed to be able to focus on that moment without anything else bothering you.
Preparing you for that moment.
You're preparing for that moment. Yeah. And then in that Zen, you can find deeper understanding and enlightenment through inward thought and inward. So you actually go in, which then are we actually here? So if there is an astral projection, then are we going inwards to go out? Right? There is like, where is in? If you're looking within the mind and you look within, and the mirror actually reflects back on to you and in the inside. And if we are all just sort of connected into a tether, which would make more sense if we're all fractalized into an internal like database or something, then everything that you've done would be recorded anyways. There's an algorithm. You've constantly just putting data out. Even my hand movements and everything, it's all data. It's all constantly zeros and ones. It's all recorded. So there is a way to transcend in your body, but then come back to this, because not everybody can get out. That could be the ultimate.
Yeah, like the astral projecting, right?
Exactly.
Like,
that could just be untethering from the matrix body that you're in into the matrix. You're being able to fly around, but then it's not actually getting out of the ascension. There's the astral projection, and then there's the ascension. That I just feel like are some different. And I'm still learning. I mean, honestly, like the messages I get, the feelings I get, the path I'm on. I've put out, my own premonitions on dates, certain things. Like I just got the Anchor Soul Leaks. I'm not here to plug some major thing as well, like a major generator, but I just got a generator because I believe there's going to be blackouts and they have to do things. There's certain things that are going to go on, and they've written this book a long time ago. So I feel like, and it's not just one book that says it. So sometimes when you're repeating something as well, it's just important to prepare. At the very least, you got to.
Yeah, I want to pick your brain a little bit after the pod too about that kind of stuff. But
yeah, we got to prep. I feel like it's important.
I know, dude. I feel the urge too, and then I don't really know what to get. But it just, why not? I'd rather have the stuff.
Get the biggest that you can. Anything you can. I mean, the thing that'll run less on gas the longest.
Yeah, especially if it's not going to expire. Because
if gas gets like out of control, I mean, the one thing that they can't do is, like in a hard time, refine gas, right? Like if things really went blackout, like it takes electricity to refine gas. It takes like, it doesn't work both ways. Yeah. Infrastructure, like, you got to set yourself for self-sustainability now. I've been growing tomatoes and herbs in my closet, even with like a garden system. It's a hydroponic system.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've been trying to prep myself for a long time, but,
wow.
It's a little bit, it's a little bit hard to think about, especially when I'm trying to stay positive about the rest of the world.
Yeah.
But now that I've got it,
that is positive.
I feel better.
Yeah, you're relying on yourself.
It's good stuff to know how to grow your own food anyways, dude. Like, and just have that and just be off the grid, because we will have rolling blackouts and premonition of the fires because the wind, dude. Like that's what the electric company's already said up here.
I don't want to be controlled by Larry Fink any longer. And I think the divestment of the corporate interest is our main way to get back to the divine, personally. Now that I'm doing these independent jazz shows, which you should come to. I know Vincent mentioned.
Capitalism is the golden calf, bro.
It is. That's why they have a golden calf outside of Wall Street. Right there. There's a golden bull right there outside of Wall Street. And when, I'm not going to keep going into the Bible stuff, but I think it's important for people like myself who do have these messages and don't want to be, into a system where I feel like there's the light being disguised as dark, or darkness being disguised as light. People in the electronic industry. I love bass music, don't get me wrong, but isn't bass, not to say it's the only thing, which I understand is constantly taken over, but it's the lowest frequency. Infrasound is the lowest frequency. They're trying to keep us down here. Sometimes I feel like these high frequency machines, as like a saxophone or a trumpet, they elevate. You know what I mean? That's what Miles Davis and John Coltrane and people like James Brown and things like the voice, they were doing back in the day. They were elevating people in their mindset through the music, through live improvisation, because they were feeling the divine in real time and projecting that as a recreation in essence back onto everybody else. So then people were feeling something divine coming from these people through something, some sort of tether, through the brass instrument, the brass ring, the brass trumpet. You know, the brass ring of Solomon is what I'm saying. Something with the brass, gold.
It's kind of giving me like birthing vibes, kind of when you were describing.
Do you got any examples on your phone we can plug in and hear? Do we got a plug, Dante, that goes into?
I have an iPhone, technically.
Or we can Bluetooth it. Just so if you're connected, then we'll have the audio.
I can put it up to the microphone.
Okay.
I think it'll come through. Let's see.
This episode is brought to you by Full Canopy Genetics. They have their $100 Grow Club, which gets you one of these grow bags every single month with a different strain in it. They're very low effort to grow. All you got to do is put them in a low light area and basically watch them grow. After they inoculate a little bit, you break and shake the bag, leave them, and in about 3 weeks, you have a full bag of beautiful mushrooms. Go to fullcanopygenetics.com and put in code STASH25 for additional discounts.
That's a Love Supreme resolution. The album's a Love Supreme, but it's dedicated to God through helping him heal as well. And I just feel like people like him back in the day, you know, check out John Corey's one of my favorite saxophonists as well. But like these people were getting divine knowledge through the, you know, these like initiating new sounds and new like aspects of life. And even through like you said, like the, you know, hug the prostitute, you know, sit with the drug addict, talk to people. People are so close to the divine. And that's why Jesus was like, you got to be close to that. So when he's a heroin addict at that time, that's the closest you can get in terms of trying to withdraw and come back and have that experience with God. In my opinion, like suffering in that moment, the full suffering, you know, heroin withdrawal here is one of the hardest things to get out of outside of alcohol withdrawal, or Xanax, you know, benzodiazepine withdrawal. And there's something about suffering that gets you closer to the divine. and something about, you know, recovery and like I said, like quitting things. Sometimes I quit things just to do it, just because I know it's hard, and like doing that gets you closer to not just being human, but like patience and like some sort of meditation in itself, for like
closer to yourself.
Looking inward further. And then when Jesus says the kingdom of heaven is within as well, I mean, if we are recreations and, you know, sons of Adam as well, then we all have it within us. There's something touched. We were simulated as well. We're a recreation of the divine. Technically, that's what man is. So there's something in us that we all touch. You touch it with your glass. You touch it with your art. We all touch it with our art. You know, there's something that we touch that like looking inward of that, whatever that is, that's where it is. I don't know what that is when something tells me to play sax and I'm playing sax and I'm learning and I'm creating, or when you're creating, or when you're creating. Like you said, you dream when you're awake, you dream in your pain, you dream something, you're touching something. And I think it's like just so crucial to be able to have that and like touch, you know, that. And that's what I feel like when I hear these music. And, you know, sometimes, like you said, when you feel chills, like people do touch that. And then, have you guys seen Sinners?
Sinners.
The new one with Michael B. Jordan. He's like
Dante
a
knows. We don't gotta ask you, Dante. We know you've seen it.
But in that,
put man on game.
The devil is trying to use, you know, even with Robert Johnson. You know about Robert Johnson and selling his soul to the devil.
No.
Or you haven't heard of Crossroads?
No, he's from Canada.
Oh, okay, that's it. Oh, yeah, that's
my man. He's from
I
Canada.
did get exposed to some different stuff.
That is true. I guess that's some American lore.
That's some serious soul right there, though.
There was a blues artist back in the 1920s who he left town because he was one of the worst guitarists. People say he came back because he sold his soul to the devil.
Yeah, he came back slaying.
And he came back killing it a year later. And he said in songs, and Led Zeppelin and all the people, they've recreated the songs. Yeah, Eric Clapton and Cream, they covered the Crossroads song. It's just, you know, and that's where they say Jimi Hendrix, people have died at 27, the 27 Club.
27 Club,
You're selling your soul to the devil for fame, fortune, and all the stuff as well.
Wow. But what about the people that live over 27?
They may have done the ultimate sacrifice. So sometimes they sacrifice the children, or then they become, you know, servants of Satan.
Wow. Is that what, and they're all doing like the devil, you know?
Exactly it. So they're doing the devil worship. They're doing the children sacrifice. And in ancient Israel as well, that's what they were doing when Elijah was alive. They were sacrificing children Elijah comes down and be like, you guys are sacrificing children. What is this?
Yeah, not cool.
This is the devil? You guys are worshiping the devil? I thought this was the land of Israel. Like we serve one God and one God only. Like this isn't Mosaic law at all.
That's wild.
You know,
it's weird. Like it's kind of reminds me of the Ten Commandments situation, like almost identically.
And that's why it's like you said.
Yeah,
the pattern.
I didn't say it.
No, sorry.
George
but
said
as you mentioned, if it rhymes, you know what I mean? Like
it's like poetry, it rhymes. Yeah. That's interesting though.
It's constant 40 days, 40 nights. It's constant. Jesus, 40 days, 40 nights. Abraham, 40 days, 40 nights. Rain from Noah of the sky, 40 days and 40 nights of rain. 40 days and 40 nights with even vampires. They got movies about 40 days and 40 nights.
I mean, that's like more like spell casting, I feel. Like the numerology, like it's all very intentional.
Moses was on Mount Sinai for 40 days and 40 nights. And then Aaron built the golden bull, the golden calf, while he was gone for 40 days and 40 nights. And he had to come back with the 10 commandments. He went to the Mount Sinai and he got the 10 commandments. They're always going to the top of mountains because something has to come down from heaven. Something comes down.
Yeah, we're meeting them halfway.
It's exactly it. So then places here, when I'm on some of these mountains and I was at the top of the mountain in Morrison, I met it halfway. Something came to me. You have to be at certain points. And that was in the Indian hills of Morrison. Spiritual area. The Native Americans, they used to run and do spiritual areas or spiritual things right there, down the street from Red Rocks.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
Red Rocks.
Yeah. So right on Parmalee Gulch, when you're going up 285 towards Bailey, going south, you make a right there. And it's Parmalee Gulch going up to the Sitting Bull. You ever been up to that bar?
Yeah, I have been there.
That's going up there. That's the Indian Hills.
Yeah.
That whole area
I
is
used
the
to
Indian
get water
Hills.
from there. Indian Springs. Well, that's not really Indian Hills, but I've been to the Sitting Bull there.
Yeah, it's a nice spot. And
they
shout
have
out
that,
Sitting
like,
Bull.
waterfall, right?
They
like
do have a little area as well. Yeah, it's really nice.
You can
over
smoke
there.
cigs in there. You could when I was there.
No, that's tight. It's like, I promise.
You totally what?
Not good.
No, I love that area. It's really nice.
The little waterfall area.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's that
there was
area.
a dude smoking cigs in there. I was there.
They got the whole
Ryan
patio.
from Grassroots, actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and we stopped in. We went on a bike ride and we stopped in. I was like, "You can smoke cigs in here." I remember saying
It's
that.
one of those old school spots.
Yeah,
Shout out to them for staying open so long. Like
OGs.
they're OGs. I mean, that's a great spot. When I first moved out here, I was like, I'm gonna play music over. I never did get to play music over there, but I was gonna.
About the Buddha, playing the sax with the Buddha statue, that'd be fucking so sick.
Yeah, I just don't want to interrupt
Disrespect it.
their spiritual stuff going on over there. So
No, I'm gonna go check that out and do on a meditation with intention and go there and do some meditating.
And we're trying to bring some spiritual energy over here at these events we're doing at the Mockingbird in Denver. It's off Larimer Street. We started a new jazz series over there. Like I said, jazz is as close to the divine as I can get. And we've been doing some free events. It's all free. That's why I feel like it's even more anti-corporate. It's free. Trying to give access to
Let me
people.
know if you need some posters or anything for that shit. I'll fucking weave you in, bro.
Yes, sir. We always need some help. We always need the support. And we're looking to, we have a partner, Eureka, over here. They've been giving me some custom batteries. I know I hooked you guys up with some carts earlier, but they just won best eco-friendly vape pen for the THC Classic for Rooster Magazine. And that's the last time I saw Vince over at the Rooster thing at the Real Works. Have you been over there? Real Works?
Yeah, it's a good vibe. I think you've been there.
They do a bunch of weed events over there and marijuana events.
Cool.
And we just, I got connected with Eureka at that event. And you like that waterbender? I've been practicing my avatar because I'm bald. I really resonate with bald characters like Charlie Brown and the Avatar and stuff.
We got you.
And and we've just been partnering with independent businesses. I felt like I was selling out all these venues and Live Nation, being controlled by these demonic presences. And then, even Philip Anschutz, you guys know who that is?
No.
He's like built Denver, but he's like a billionaire whose legacy is from Denver. Anschutz Medical Center.
Oh, okay. I've seen that.
And you can build as many hospitals as you want, Phil, but I don't trust you.
Yeah, the karma.
It
ain't karma.
I'm watching Ozark right now, and that's what they're doing. They're like building, getting involved with the healthcare system and building rehab centers.
What season are you on?
The very last one, dude.
Yeah.
Just at the very end.
Dude, Jason Bateman is so good, dude.
Oh, it's such a good show.
It's such a good show.
I keep hearing great things about this show.
It's so good.
It's really captivating.
I just keep watching shit from the early 2000s over and over again.
The nostalgia is real. I just rewatched Friends and Sex in the City.
I've never seen Friends.
It's just nostalgic. It's kind of, it's just, I understand why people don't like it.
Well, this is a lot to it. intake and digest and everything. But what do you think people should be doing like right now? You know, what do you think the best like top 5 things people should be doing?
Top 5 things people should be doing is
in preparation. Neither one, like just like for a healthy, solid, well-balanced life. If anything does.
Well, what do you think first off before I give mine?
What do I think?
Yeah, like what do you think?
Okay,
I could do.
I think what I'm gonna start doing is learning to grow some hydroponic food inside, maybe.
Yeah.
Like just through the winter, get that dialed in, and probably a generator.
Yeah.
And I guess like a water.
So you mean for like survival?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean like also like for not survive. Like I mean for not survive.
How do I not survive this shit, bro?
For mental health,
I need to tap
survival as well.
Just like for overall health and well-being, because having a little bit of survival gear does just ease the mind. It's just like, okay, I'm a little self-sufficient. I'm not saying like something bad's gonna happen, but
I do believe they're going to use a nuclear weapon. I'm going to put that out there right now.
Whoa.
It's important to put that out there. I have to put my premonitions out there. I have to say it out loud so that it is recorded if it does happen. I do believe they're going to use it. Why? Because they have to. There's something about the nuke being so powerful. That's what this is.
You have to respect their authority.
Exactly. There's something about pushing it onto everyone, whether that's the April 9th date, I think, at the end of Passover. Something's happening in the next few weeks. It's going to happen. So be on the lookout for fallout, because it'll be in the trade winds as well. We have to be inside for 48 hours. Be careful.
Denver here specifically.
It won't be here. It'll be over there. They have to record it. It has to be far away, but they have to show people. The rest of the world has to be shocked. But it doesn't have to be this thing. But but a lot of stuff that happens, and then a lot of good happens, and then we have a lot of time. But things will happen first that will get bad. So I do believe that you should.
So with like a respirator,
I would get. Yeah, I'd get a gas mask. A few gas masks. A few quinoa is one of the most like healthy whole proteins out there in terms of
quinoa. I love quinoa.
I love quinoa. I've got bags and bags of quinoa. You can store quinoa for up to 5 years in vac sealed bags.
Good to know.
I would just keep, you can go to Costco, get a 5-pound bag for, $14, I'm pretty sure. It's killer deal. And just vac seal it and, flatten it, put it in the pantry. Never think about it. You can survive off quinoa. And sweet potato.
Ooh.
Sweet potato is something you can grow on your own in the backyard. It grows very well. It's a vine. I would grow sweet potato. And I would grow herbs in your closet with a hydroponic system, some vegetables. You can grow bell peppers. You can grow strawberries. There's certain things that do well in the hydroponic system. Tomatoes, make sure you add potassium K to it so it adds that little flavor. Mm-hmm. But, get a generator. I've got a gas power generator or a solar power generator. Divest from corporate as much as possible so that the world thing, whatever it is that I believe in, can just know that I'm trying to get closer to it. I don't worship. There's something about worship, but it's spreading the word and spreading the love and just hoping that people feel it. But otherwise, I'm not here to convince anyone. But you got to ask for forgiveness.
It's the spells again, man.
Yeah, you got to ask for forgiveness and put it out there in the universe, whatever you believe in. Say sorry if you've done wrong. That's the best thing I can say. And
hold yourself accountable.
Try and do right. Hold yourself accountable. Yeah. I haven't always been the best person. I used to drink alcohol. I used to be, I used to sell drugs. And I don't anymore. And I'm sorry that I ever did.
It doesn't mean you're a bad person.
I don't feel like a bad person. If you do those things, it doesn't mean when I did it, I felt like I didn't give enough credit. You could do better, though. You
knew you had it in you to do better.
I felt the darkness within me, even after the light touched me. And I feel like, sometimes I feel... there's a sense of like I haven't done enough, which is why I have to just talk about
started, bro. You're so young.
I feel like that, but I feel like I've had a lot of time.
If you didn't sell drugs, you wouldn't be on this path.
No, that's straight up. The path exists, and there's always two. There's always two choices. I feel like you can go one way or the other. There is no middle ground, though, and I think that's
you're aware of it. You're aware of it. Like I'm saying, if you didn't sell drugs,
you can always get back on the right path.
You had that realization. It's good.
No one's fucking perfect.
Sometimes you're taking
every
a path.
Every bad thing usually has a good outcomes eventually somehow.
It's not,
I
not
feel.
an L if you learn, right?
Yeah, not every
exactly.
bad thing. I don't believe, and I understand what you're saying,
Yeah.
the morality of that.
Okay.
But
You're getting into
there's certain thing, the Epstein class. I don't think there's coming
No,
back
I
from
mean,
that.
for me, like personally,
No, 100%.
When
I don't think we've ever done
something,
anything so bad that
like,
we can't
just
come back
something
from.
out of nature, like out of my hands happens.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is the purpose? Like sometimes,
No, 100%.
smashing my rental car. I don't know what happened. That was like the first day of spring. That was the vernal equinox. I was like, I know it was the release of the podcast, and it was like I got into an accident that morning. So I don't know what that did.
No, but
Maybe it
sometimes
saved me
there's
from another one.
no, and that's where you got to look, within for each, every situation is different
it's
as well.
personal.
You know what I mean?
I'm on a personal. I was on. A
I don't think
personal
you've
level.
ever, and that's the thing for us. We are at a morality situation where I've never really done anything so bad that I feel like I can't come back from it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel confident in the actions I've made. I sold some drugs that I don't think anyone ever got overdosed on the drugs I sold. And if I feel like that, if I knew that, then I'd feel like, I really messed up. And those are things I feel like I wouldn't be able to take back. And that's where you're constantly trying to redeem yourself. And that's the redemption aspect. You got to ask for forgiveness and just live that life differently. Even people that go to prison and they come out and they're living their life differently, someone like Afroman, even not saying he went to prison, but someone that, makes a mistake and can take that accountability and then come back from that and do good. Now he's a hero. I believe he's a hero, and I believe he really helped us more so than a lot of people have. And he stuck to his guns.
Yeah.
And he's exposing the system.
And he's always been a pimp.
I love that guy.
Afroman is a player pimp till he dies. No shame at all. Like he is
true blood American.
He is a true blooded, 100% American and an artist. That is a man that has kept his conviction. Like you said, convictions. And that's where I feel like now that I'm divested from corporate, I feel like I have so much more conviction with what I do. I want to be able to do things like us as independent micro businesses, wherever we are in our path. It's my job to put money into the hands of the community versus the corporate interest. My job now to put money into the hands of my friends, artists, collaborate with us, put us on, spread, independent businesses like Eureka who believe in me as an independent artist. I can talk to the CEO, I can shake people's hands, and I'm not being a square fitting in a circle or a circle fitting in a square. I'm not trying to fit in places I don't belong anymore. Drugs are not good for us, and we can reach those levels sober, even without weed. And I have nothing against anybody who's on their own journey right now. I just hope that people can come back to, feeling that sober wherever they are. You know what I mean?
Be intentional with your consumption.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Try mushroom chocolate here soon too. So I can't say I'm.
Have you done DMT?
I've never done DMT. No.
I haven't blasted off.
It's amazing.
What do you think about that?
DMT is a lot of
It's
fun.
like seems like there's real entities, and you gotta respect
Does it taste like it smells?
It tastes like shit.
Oh,
Yeah, no, okay,
socks,
I couldn't do it then. I don't think I could do it, dude, because I don't like
mothballs.
No, I don't.
Mothballs and stinky socks. Something.
I don't think I don't think I can handle it. You guys can call me.
Maybe you can get there by breath work.
That's what I'm saying.
You definitely can. Iceman style.
I've got to breathe deep though for that one because
Yeah.
it's a lot of breathing. You could be breathing for days trying to get there.
Really?
That's why I feel like the DMT gives you a glimpse.
Shortcut.
That's what I've heard. I mean, a lot of people have had some pretty serious experiences on it. I just haven't ever. The smell was too much for me.
Well, hey, dude, would you be down to do a part 2 sometime in the future?
Yeah, no, I appreciate you guys inviting me out.
Because
It's
we
great to have you
we
here.
really talked about a lot, but we could. I'm sure
we
there's
could definitely keep
so
going.
much more.
I feel like we barely even talked about the music, bro.
Yeah, but do you want to shout out any of your upcoming shows? And this will probably be like 6 weeks out.
Well, we're doing that Mockingbird event, the jazz event, till the end of October.
Okay, cool.
So it's a pretty much a year-long event. We're doing it on Mockingbird, Denver. It's 2737 Larimer Street. Wow. Amazing place, owned by one of my friends, Mario and Robert.
And what day is it on?
So it's going to be monthly. It's going to be like the last Wednesday of every month, starting
Last
April
Wednesday of every
29th.
month.
Okay.
And then it goes until October 21st.
I will definitely be there for probably more than one.
And people get goodie bags from Eureka for the next event we have on April 8th.
Okay.
And hopefully by this time we'll have more sponsors involved as well and getting, more goodie bags out to people. But they get one of my batteries. It's a non-consumption event as well, but people do drink alcohol, and we're giving away free champagne, Prosecco. And I don't know if that's champagne. Is that champagne?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
Bubbles or something.
Wine
But
or
we're
some
doing a
shit, yeah.
welcome party from 6 to 7 for every one of the events. Everybody gets a battery. They get one of my stickers.
Where's the cobalt mines from your batteries?
I feel like it might be
Mined organically?
organically.
I'm just kidding.
I'll ask them about
You
that.
know what? That's good. It's the best one for the environment.
It's
so
the
that's
VLT batteries, so I'm not sure if they know.
good for the environment.
Yeah, at least there's.
You see what they're doing in Japan or somewhere, like where the phones would have a sunflower seed in them, and it was all biodegradable plastic, and you like bury it and grow a...
They have that with some handbills. Some of the handbills
really?
I've gotten are able to be planted in the ground with like poppy
way.
seeds.
That's dope.
I've seen that.
Heroin poppy seeds?
And they might be. I don't know.
Vivarium somniforum? Or
It takes a lot of science to get heroin out of poppy seed, I feel like.
does it?
I
don't
Get a
think so.
delicious
I think you
muffin.
just...
pop them in?
Maybe you... once you milk them, I think you gotta like refine
Yeah,
that.
you gotta slice.
Refine
You gotta slice
You slice the poppies and
bulb,
you gain
then
a little milk.
Yeah, the milk.
And then you guys
comes
dry
out.
that shit out somehow.
It's like hashish, I'd assume. Like you just got to dry it out in the right way.
I don't know. They're like snorting it like lions in Ozark. Like pure.
Interesting.
I wonder
Pure
if that's
straight off
real.
the
Like,
plant.
I didn't know you'd do that. I thought heroin. Anyways, we won't end on that. But you're doing God's work, man.
No, I
Thank you
appreciate
for
you guys.
all the inspiration.
Yeah, this
like
was a
this
real
is a
fun
really
pleasure,
eye-opening podcast for
So
me,
fun.
and it's right up my alley. But I think it's just good to be prepared, no
Yeah,
matter what.
I'm going to give you guys some takeaways.
Okay.
Eureka is a great company. Larry Fink is the enemy. And Saxophone will save us. Practice safe sax, and just surround yourself with people like you guys that have an open mind and an open heart to be able to talk about things like this. So I appreciate you
love
guys.
that.
Yeah, you
Sincerely.
too, man.
Open ears, open
For
hearts,
sure.
open minds.
Find that
Yes, sir.
frequency,
Yes, sir.
man.
Yeah.
Tap into it.
I'm gonna levitate the rock eventually.
Hell yeah.
Eventually, but we'll.
We got to decalcify our penile glands, and we'll all be doing that.
I feel like that's cat.
Oh, is it?
I don't like. What does that even mean? Like they're talking about all these things like fluoride in the water. What like I feel like I've gotten tapped in. Mine's decalcified, dude.
It might be a metaphor.
I feel like yours is decalcified with the way you make glass and the artistry that you guys have. Like we're decalcified. We just got to like do the breath work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like we're there.
I've been feeling it, but now that I'm here, there's like a movement almost happening right now too about inner work and everything. And like since I've cut drinking out, I've been doing meditation and like just inner work and like tapping into this vibration, dude. And I don't know, there's something there, and I'm just now like really interested in learning more about it, I guess, and tapping into it.
Curiosity.
Dude. Like,
you got to
it was
tune in.
always kind of there, but now like there's something there.
Sometimes I feel like we felt it on substance. Have you felt it on substance? Like when you've like felt the, something there,
Yeah,
whether it's
totally.
LSD or mushrooms, or even sometimes I've smoked so much weed, I've gotten,
I felt
psychedelics
divine-
experience.
Like dates have always been crazy for me. Like, and just divine synchronicities happen to me. And since I've been noticing more of them, they're happening all the time. Like there's just these divine synchronicities on dates, in stones, like
Yep.
that are just.
So you
something
tap
else.
in, you got to just get there during
Yeah.
the sober moment, and then like it'll really speak to you. Mm-hmm. And it's hard to get there. And I'm not here to even say like I'm there yet, but like I wish you well on your journey, because I know you're a very talented artist as well. So I appreciate you.
Well, thank you.
Talking to me,
Thank
and so
for
are you, Vince.
teaching
Like,
us,
Yeah, man, I
dude.
love you, bro.
you guys remind me
Yeah,
of
man. It's amazing.
some divinity as well. So I appreciate you
Hell
guys
yeah,
talking
man.
to this.
Well, it's great to get to know you, and let's stay in touch, and we'll have you back on. And
Let's end on a dab.
yeah, let's do that.
Let me try this strawberry cough real quick.
Please do.
I appreciate you.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you all for listening. That was a real rabbit hole almost that we went down.
Yeah, it was
And take
amazing.
everything I have to say with a grain of salt.
No,
'cause
it's great.
I'm insane.
Yeah, investigate.
And I
Got to be
pull the
open-minded.
string.
And hey, why not, dude? Like, what is, if it's not that, then what is, like, why not to everything, basically?
Right.
Like, you can't say, no, I know for sure.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
you got to
we
be
know-
open-minded.
We know nothing for sure.
I definitely
And the
know
more you talk about it, the
we
more
know
you-
nothing for sure.
All I know,
That's the only thing we do now.
the one thing I can say is the only thing I do know for sure is
Yeah.
that it touched me so much. I played saxophone because of it.
Yeah, that's what an
The one
experience.
thing.
You know, I call that let the butcher be the butcher and let the baker be the baker, man. You know, you identified your calling. You identified, what would bring you happiness and would bring other people happiness, and you used the discipline to fucking execute, man. I mean, that's exactly, you're doing the
This
fucking
one
right
dead.
thing, man.
Oh
You're
my
killing
God,
it.
dude.
Oh, this is for you. I'm not sick or anything.
Okay.
I actually just went to the doctor and got tested just to make
How's
sure.
it going?
I curbed the flu. Someone I knew had the flu, and I curbed it.
Nice.
They tested me, and they're like, "You're good. Chill for a second."
Yeah.
And they gave me
Cheers,
they
thank
gave me
you.
Tamiflu, just to take it because I was worried. I was like, I might get it, I might not, but never got it. So, amen. I was like,
Swerve the sickness.
yo,
Loaded
Swerve
that one
the
up too.
I feel like it's sort of about positivity sometimes as well. You got to just
Yeah, you got to stay positive,
think
dude.
positive, then you know. But that could be cap as
Yeah,
well. Like,
your thoughts are your first
Best
step
case
in
scenario at
manifestation.
all times, dude. You don't want to be thinking about the worst case scenario. You just want to manifest good things. The more you
Greatness.
think about it,
so
good
I said, I was
things.
like, I'll curb this. It won't get me. I'm feeling good.
your mind's a muscle.
Excuse
The
me.
more you work it out in the way you want, you create the little neuroreceptors. It gets easier. It gets more automatic. It gets
It's
more like second
intentional.
nature. Yeah,
just like curating your environment, man.
And that's why I feel like it's algorithmic as well. That's the manifest. Like you said, spelling, speaking it into existence. I think that's an algorithm, which is why the thought drives the speaking, right? Because think about this. Even right now, constant simulacra, and think about that word, okay? Because simulacra is the recreation. So all I'm doing is taking my thought right now and recreating it into word. Starts there to here to here. That's the spoken word. First there was the word.
Well, didn't they prove this with the Nobel Prize? Which what is not acknowledged doesn't actually happen when they split the atom, and it's like what is not observed. It's like a tree doesn't make a sound when it falls.
Exactly. The observation theory.
Yeah, so
There's
we
the
need
thing.
to observe it for it to happen. But guys, let's end on that. And I 100%
good.
want to do a part 2 with you. We could even, bang that out later. But it's just the,
No
it's the
pressure.
hours, and
No,
it's
you're good,
we got to cut it into sections.
Otherwise, we're in trouble.
Thank you guys for listening. Check Orchestrator out on Instagram,
Yeah.
and you got a website too, orchestrator.com,
TheOrchestratormusic.com
theorchestratormusic.com.
and Orchestrator Music.
Killer guys, thank
Thanks
you
for
for
coming out,
listening.
man.
Thanks for having me out, guys.
So much
I
fun.
really appreciate
Killer.
you.
That was awesome, dude. All right. Thanks for tuning in to the Robertson Stash Podcast. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you want to support us, please hit the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, we want to hear from you. So if you have any comments or questions, please feel free to reach out. Hit the website, hit the link. We'll see you next time.